Warning. This show contains content intended for adult audiences. The language is crass at best and downright insulting most of the time. This is all made for the sake of comedy and poor sophomoric taste. The skits are parodies, and any similarity to real people or stories is purely coincidental. Any insults hurled at any one human is made in jest. We're just covering our bases for when one of you skins your knee on an internet insult. We love you. Again, this is all a joke, whether you laugh or not. Not just the show, but this waking existence. The great cosmic giggle. Try not to take it seriously.
15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. We have a liftoff. Liftoff on Apollo. Now, I'm sure that most of you know the old story about the astronaut who went far out into space and was asked on his return whether he had been to heaven and seen God. And he said yes.
Greetings, ladies, gentlemen, non-binaries, and sentient artificial intelligence. Join us on this journey to find the others. Because no matter where we find ourselves in this multiverse, the act of existing is all too familiar.
Guys? Is anybody out there? Hello?
The mushroom has a tremendous problem-solving ability.
Herb is a plant. Herbs are good for everything.
As we look across this great expanse and stare at the stars, we can't help but be reminded these lights, though we're seeing them all at the same time, happen across a multi-billion-year delta. Some of those fires burned millions of years ago, some billions, but all of them happened so we could experience them in this one singular moment.
They called us scouts. They called us seekers. They called us Hoosiers. But we were destined to question everything.
I don't know about you, but as for me, the question has already been answered. Should we be here? Yes.
It's the Hoosier Sophisticate Show. Question all the things that you know. Steve likes the weed. Steve likes the weed. Talk about DMT. The DMT. Hoosier Sophisticate Show. The Hoosier Sophisticate Show. Hoosiers with the dream. Sophisticated blasphemy. It's the Hoosier Sophisticate Show. Question all the things that you know. So let's set our minds free for the singularity. It's the Hoosier Sophisticate Show. The Hoosier Sophisticate Show.
Come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Take a look, and you'll see into your imagination. We'll begin with a spin, traveling in the world of my creation. What we'll see will defy explanation. If you want to view paradise, simply look around and view it. Anything you want to, do it. Want to change the world, there's nothing to it.
Hooray! I never thought my life could be anything but catastrophe, but suddenly I begin to see a bit of good luck for me, 'cause I got a golden ticket, hooray! I've got a golden twinkle in my eye. I never had a chance to shine, never had a happy song to sing, but suddenly half the world is mine, what an amazing thing, 'cause we've got a golden ticket, it's ours, Hoosiers! We've got a golden ticket waiting for you. You're in. Welcome to the madness.
Morning, assholes.
Does that work? Does that work?
We're good.
Are we
We're
live?
good. We're live.
Are we
We're
live?
good.
Are we
We're
here?
good.
Are
Let's
we
get a
good?
couple more
What's going
fucking
on?
microphones hooked up.
We got enough. Is this picking me up in this one too?
No, I don't have you on.
Picking me up in that
Oh,
one
I
too?
do.
It's picking me up. Oh, it's picking me up, bud.
Good.
We got tons of stuff.
Let's go ahead and mute that one for now. Let's go ahead and take that one down. Let's take that one
Don't
down.
you dare. Don't you. You muted me. How dare you?
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. We did it. We're
I'm
back
glad
again.
I'm glad that we
We're
were here
back
together.
again.
I'm glad we were here together as that whole thing unfolded
Yeah,
because
that was bad, huh?
oh, I'd have broken something. I'd have fucking thrown something through a fucking
But you would
window.
have broken your own arm.
That's what-
just to prove.
Slam it in the door.
Yeah. How would you do it if you had to break your own arm?
I'd
Slam it in the door.
slam it in a door probably.
I should probably turn this off.
Nobody's trying to break their own arm though, like that. Yeah, get that thing fucking out of here for the life. For the rest of our
government tried to shut
lives.
us down last night. If you didn't see that on the show, the government tried to shut us down.
Well, some madman came running through, stole the Declaration.
Stole the damn Declaration of Independence.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and non-binaries, and sentient artificial intelligence, and flora and fauna alike. To the Hoosier Sophisticate show, I apologize for my tardiness. I just didn't wake up. I just didn't wake up.
I am sorry. Please, God, no, he found it again. Did it bake in a little bit?
Yep.
Did it bake in where you
Little
kind of
bit.
get it
Yep.
today better than you did
A
yesterday?
little bit, but it's still a very I don't know, fragile. Your margin for error there is not. It's razor thin.
Your margin for
Yeah.
error?
The difference between buzzing your teeth and that is it's a razor thin margin. It's a razor thin margin. I mean, you got to be a surgeon with this thing.
I had one of those.
They're great.
I quit
Dude, I don't know why.
because
See? Chomp,
I
chomp.
don't want that. I don't want that to happen, dude. I busted my tooth on a beer bottle one time.
Ooh,
I won't-
that's no fun.
And my dad's. I wasn't even wasted. Out of all the years I've been drinking,
Yeah.
I was like, "Pff," and I chipped off a little piece. I was like, "Are you a moron?" That's what I said to myself. I looked at myself and I go,
Are you a
"Are
moron?
you don't know how to drink?" Then what came to me was that classic joke, the drinking problem joke. I have a drinking problem on airplane, and he's like throwing
Throwing drinks
in
all
his
over his
face.
face.
And he has a drinking problem. It's not like he drinks too much,
Mm-hmm.
like most of the people I loved growing up.
I hear you.
he had an actual drinking problem, and that got me. That got me.
I got you worked
Guys,
up, huh?
Today, some cool things going on in the cannabis community in Missouri. Saw a post with V9 Grows and Top Shelf. They're going to put together a package to try to get some grow setups out there. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get as many grow setups to people as possible. We got a few things coming up with Bo and Sweet Leaf and anybody else who wants to get on board. We want everybody, even all the content creators. We can get everybody on board. Everybody gets a little team. The more people we can get growing, because, buddy, my plants
Looking good.
every day, guy. Every day. I think they can't get better. They do. They do.
I think
every
that's
day.
the nature
Every
of
day.
growth.
Is it?
Yeah,
Because I'm understanding
unless
it.
it's cancerous growth, in which case.
Oh, man, I read an article last night while I was laying in bed about how they're finding out that cancer cells may have the ability to lay dormant during chemo so that it makes you think that the cancer is going away, but really they have this defense mechanism, cancer cells, that will allow them to lay dormant. I couldn't understand all of the science, but it was kind of one of those things like, hey, check out this new thing, man. Because we were talking about RSO last night, RSO, and getting it to patients who need it. We need a whole setup getting RSO to cancer patients.
Agreed.
Too many people are passing away because of cancer. Today, I am also going to discuss cannabis and anxiety. We've talked about it a lot.
We know a lot of people that are affected.
I'm going to say it's number one in my personal
as far as what
anecdotes.
people medicate for.
Yes. Which
I agree.
didn't understand.
Man,
at
on the
first
flip
because
side of that,
it made people anxious.
I was going to say,
I got some awesome
I want to
science
look some more into it because there
I
are
got some
people
good
who I
science
know
for you.
who use copious amounts of cannabis who are still crippled by anxiety, and sometimes I sit from the sidelines and I'm like, are you sure maybe you know? Yeah, are you sure like maybe you're not the 90% THC concentrate that you've been hitting all day long isn't exasperating your anxiety? Are you sure? I don't know.
Totally. Because it has had this moniker where the very first medicinal uses of cannabis always had to, we always kind of had to shadow it. When it first was legalized, it was just a medication for AIDS patients, I believe, and then it became the standard issue medicine for chemo. That's when we would start seeing it in pop culture that like someone with cancer was smoking it to help with their nausea. It wasn't really helping with anything else. It was just doing that much to keep that at bay. Well, we're finding out that there are so many other medicinal aspects of it, deeper than just smoking it. And when it came to anxiety, when I would see people smoke and be around people that smoked, if they weren't comfortable in themselves and then they got high and then they got around a big group of people, me just trying to read people psychologically, because I'm a tracker. I read this article or heard this podcast, Aubrey Marcus, and he explains that sometimes kids from a slightly tumultuous childhood will become trackers. They have to pick up on every sound, everything, every little subtle nuance everyone does, their facial expressions. Is this going to be a good night or a bad night with mom and dad? All this shit. So then I realized, okay, I've just picked that up my whole life. And I noticed that when people, if they weren't comfortable in their own skin and kind of had this, hey, I'm going to keep everyone at arm's length, sometimes cannabis, and really with psychedelics, but cannabis had the ability to kind of bring those levels down and be like, I can't really put on a show for everyone. I'm feeling vulnerable. I'm kind of freaking out because I don't want anyone to really get to know me. I don't know me, and if I do know me, I don't like myself. So to hear cannabis as anxiety, I thought it was one of those things that's like, yeah, it's a medicine, but we just want to smoke, and we're trying to figure out a way to smoke legally, so we're going to call it medicine. You know, at the beginning, that's the way it kind of felt to me, until you started to get into the RSO, and then realizing that inhaling vapor and stuff like those, the people with MS, after one inhale of cannabis, whether it be vapor or smoke, the shakes would start to come at ease, and they're like, whew. Even cannabis we were seeing with nasal spray and stuff, like there's ways to administer the medicine. So I thought anxiety was on the list of things that was just kind of like, yeah, we're just doing it. But there's some real good science on what is actually happening in the body whenever cannabinoids are being distributed between CB1 receptors, CB2 receptors, and possibly CB3 receptors.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's exciting. I've been listening. You know, I was talking about the Jason Louv and Duncan Trussell podcast. I finished it last night on the way home, and it rolled into him with Vermin Supreme. You familiar with Vermin Supreme?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, so he's
been
for,
on
for
there
the people
before,
for the
I
people
believe,
that
right?
don't Vermin. I don't think so.
No?
But for the people that don't know who Vermin Supreme is, he was a libertarian candidate for president this year. He's run underneath every election cycle. He kind of comes around. I believe he's out of Vermont. He's the guy that wears a big rubber boot on his head. Okay, he looks like a madman. He promises free ponies to every adult, every person. He has mandatory teeth brushing laws. He's absolutely hilarious, and he kind of really plays into the circus that is politics, right? And
he's gonna win the next election,
dude. So this is what I'm getting at. Duncan's convinced he's a wizard, and I'm not 100 like. And I actually think he's a wizard too. I'm bought all the way in because listening to him, I'm like, oh yeah, no, this guy's actually using magic. What you can do is you can watch like very tense situations, call them riots in the streets, whatever, and this guy will be there, and it'll be tense. And I mean, the wrong thing could essentially be the powder keg that that causes mass violence. But this guy gets, and he acknowledges that on this thing. He goes, I guess I would probably call myself an anarchist. But there is this empty space in between, this vacuum that happens in between these two polarized sides. And the police state is armed for bear, and they're ready. They're waiting for that thing to engage in force, and vice versa. And if somebody, he goes, and I've found if I move in there, if I move into that space and I occupy that space and do something funny, or he goes, I can find myself cracking a smile with the police and also the protesters.
This guy's my fucking hero.
You got to listen to it, because when you look at him, you're like, oh, this guy's got a 12-foot beard and wears a fucking boot on his head. But then when you listen to him, he's 10 times more articulate. His speaking voice is fucking gorgeous, and he's more articulate. He's more articulate than the last fucking 8 fucking Republican or Democrat fucking nominees for president and or presidents. This guy's like, when he's talking, I'm like, I'm into it, man. I get it. But Duncan has convinced me that this cat's a wizard, and I think he's fucking right. So I forgot where I was going with that. You were talking about being a tracker, and also being able to. Oh, I remember where. And also being able to, diffuse situations.
Yes.
And also,
it's like the chick with the boobs.
Put them on a glass.
There was a fight getting ready to break out at Schwagstock. A guy with one leg on crutches was obviously he had been tripped out of his gourd.
Gotta write this into our movie.
Looked like, he had shaggy hair, about 30 years old, just not taking shit from anybody. And he's like, your rice is bullshit.
Your rice?
Your rice. And the cook's like, this is on Shakedown Street. And so the cook is behind the little booth that he had set up, and he's like, my rice is fucking, you're the first person to ever complain about my rice ever. And
they're going to fight over rice.
Like, fuck you, man. Give me my money back. And he's like, no, you already ate half the fucking rice. And he's like, I'll fucking kick your ass. And he throws down his crutches, and he's doing one of these, like, to prove, like,
he's ready to go.
You
think I need 2 legs to whoop your ass?
I don't. But then I was like, you got 2 nice weapons, bud.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Keep one and swing one. So then the cook, when this happens, I think, oh, the cook's going to back down. You don't want to fucking fight this guy. The cook grabs a knife about this big.
Fuck yeah.
He grabs a
I'd have taken that dude's,
knife.
I'd have swept the leg like Cobra Kai so fast, bud.
Sweep the leg.
the one. I'd have taken it out.
So I shit you not, I'm on acid. There is a.
So are they, by the way, probably. 100%. Why are you fighting?
That
shit fascinates me.
there's-
People that get angry on psychedelics, what are you doing?
I've seen festivals of thousands of people. Probably seen about 7 angry people
Yes.
total at it.
Yep.
There's just some people there who are like, I'm gonna do crack at this festival. And it's
That's
like,
the
are
problem. That's
Are
the problem.
you?
Why? What are you
Go
smoking meth
somewhere
for here?
else. Like,
You could do this in any alley in
Oh,
any city. You're
God.
gonna come to the most beautiful place on earth to fucking smoke rocks.
Well, whatever.
Whatever,
Don't
it's
bother
fine.
me.
Just
Don't
stay in your
bother
tent.
me. So,
Stay in the fucking chicken coop, bud.
So we had seen this group of people, and one of the girls there was in like this real nice bikini and had a real nice body, but she had a panda mask on. So you're tripping out, and you're like, oh god, but it's like one of those hyper realistic ones. So,
Oh yeah.
So it's weird.
Yeah,
you
what
know?
are you doing to me?
And
I
you're like-
appreciate people that are fucking.
Yeah,
you know who
so
I
you're
am.
like, the body is like hot, but the face is like, it's a panda.
I'd
And
fuck a
they're-
panda head.
Oh, yeah, obviously, we're all gonna fuck a panda head, Craig. Duh. And so we walk.
My
past
mother-in-law just joined. Just
She,
in time.
hello there. So she's in the background, and we're watching this go down. And now the knife guy is coming around the booth. He's gonna stab this one-legged.
You
guy.
can't.
So now I'm looking at the one-legged guy like, pick up them crutches, bud. Let's roll.
You
run.
better start hopping.
Get out, do something, because this blade, you're gonna get cut.
Yeah, he's
You
gonna take
wanna
off
get
your
cut?
leg.
You might be able to shoot his. You might be able to do a double leg sweep, get him on the ground. I think that's probably what you want to do.
Maybe I don't know. I think I'd like to think I could fucking cleave somebody if they went to shoot in a double leg.
God. Oh yeah, right in the back.
Just fucking stick it right in the fucking brainstem, you idiot. All right, go to sleep.
Sorry. That was bad. Take that back. Take that back.
Here you go.
That was simple.
Yeah.
I thought he was
Thanks
gonna
for making
do
this
something
easy for me. I
different.
thought I was gonna have to slice you up.
It's a warrior step.
Yeah.
At least
Right in the fucking brainstem.
So out of nowhere, I think the guy's gonna back up. He doesn't. He stands his ground. God love him. So now they're out, and the guy's got the knife, and he wasn't. I like to hold knives like this.
Yeah,
Just
so-
like,
yeah.
like
Like a
that's how they
seal
go.
or
Cool.
something. Yeah, you're like a seal, man.
Like I know what I'm doing with this thing. I don't know why. But he had it like this, and he's like, "You fuck my fucking rice."
Dude, this
Like,
is all
fuck
over.
you, rice.
Rice is the cheapest food in the world, by the way.
We're all just feed us anything. There's
Give 'em
grilled
some
cheese over
rice.
here and there's rice.
It's the deal.
And then this chick comes running past us, and she's like, right in both their faces, shows her,
And they're both like,
and they both go.
I'm sorry, man.
They each go their separate ways.
That's fucking great.
Panda chick.
She saved a murder.
She saved a
With her
murder
titties.
by coming in.
Which
and
ladies, dump them out.
Thank you.
That's all we're trying to say. Dump them out.
For world peace.
You might save the world. Dump them out. One day. We have one
day.
day where everybody, because everyone's like, man, if we could just get everybody to smoke weed for one day, that ain't enough.
Everybody could
it's
do
part of
acid
it.
for one day.
That's not enough either. Every lady, dump those
Dump them
titties out.
That's enough.
World peace, baby.
World peace, baby. God damn.
That's where we're living.
We just figure stuff out. That leads me right into the next thing I have going for us today. This is how you touched on it last night, but this is a full breakdown of how Silicon Valley has responded to all of the happenings.
This
all
is
of
a
the
full
doings
breakdown?
from like Snapchat to fucking ESPN.com.
Okay.
Then we're also going to get in a little bit into kind of the media, who owns that. We all kind of know what's going on there, but a little refresher course is always good. And then in the third hour, there's a mob boss who got sentenced.
Yeah.
And as he was leaving the courtroom, he's like, I got info on aliens and Pizzagate, and I just starts naming all the.
Yeah, you didn't use that.
on
You
his
didn't use
phone.
that ahead of time.
So I'm like, well, he said he had it on his phone, and it's like, what? Did you just like look it up on your phone?
Right,
And
yeah.
you're like, I have these documents.
I found them.
on my phone.
I found them. Found everything.
I have the documents right here. It's like you Googled that,
You
buddy.
Googled it.
Like, I don't know if that's considered having the documents on your phone. I don't know. I don't know if is that me or is that like a whole thing?
Check out the
there?
text line while you're looking that up a little.
Please, because we haven't read a damn
Looks like
one.
it's Dennison and Allie and
Oh, the old
An
usual
old
suspect.
Hoss Johnston's in the deal. What's up there, Skittles? Good morning, brother. Maybe you're up in a tree listening to us in your back pocket. You got Facebook on. I just want to let everybody know. If you happen to have the Twitch app, you can put it in the background. You can put this thing back in your pocket. You can just listen to the show no matter what you're doing with your little earbuds in case you don't want anybody to hear the pee-pee talk. Because we got a lot of pee-pee talk. Let's see here. Starting out, maybe we'll come back to Facebook so I can follow back through all of these.
Dad and the guys didn't clean the pheasant.
Yeah, that's all kind of leading up to this. Light it up, only because of peer pressure. Thanks for being the right kind of peer. Question everything, Hoss man. This goes out to Summerhill Farms and a strain I've dubbed Go-Go Gadget. Summerhill Farms must be the one that kept open pollinating my hemp. No sound. Yeah, you're back. Canceled. That boot scooting boogie on the creek gravel was impressive. I think I was talking about the golden ticket video. Whenever I about fucking ate it in the water.
Thing ever, dude. Go guard. I'm missing a beat.
Them girls love to root and gravel. Good morning, Skittles. What? Yeah, that thing does sound really good on air. Oh, awesome. Yeah, I'm addicted to the juice harp, guys.
Does it sound good on air? Who said that? I hate them.
Dennison. Skittles morning. I lost a tooth to lead shot. Restream bot isn't on if you didn't know. It was. We just didn't have the chat screen up. Hoss Johnson. Dad and the guys didn't clean the pheasant well enough. Nothing worse than knowing the delicious flavor that is about to enter your world and anticipation factor over 9,000. All to have your taste buds climax cock blocked by pain. Hey, you don't want to bite into lead shot. You don't want to bite into bird shot. It was in the bird.
I had no fucking clue what the hell he was talking
Yeah. They
First
shot a
off,
fat.
Don't know what lead shot is right out the bat.
Just like, you
I
got
get
bird
now,
shot. Yeah.
buckshot.
Yeah.
I know all the gun stuff now.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
But then he's like, hey, man, they didn't clean that pheasant well enough, man. And that delicious flavor that is about to enter your world, anticipation, man. Over 9,000, all to have them taste buds, man. Climax, cop like pay, man. Bobby would get along with this guy.
Oh, damn right.
This is a
Bobby
nice
fucks, man.
combination, dude.
Bobby fucks, bro.
I bet Hoss fucks. Morning, fam. What's up, Jim?
I'm sure he does.
Anyone with the name
You
like
can't have a
Hoss?
name Hoss and not just sling cock.
No
doubt.
How about yes, the Delta 8 calmed me more than my normal daily dose of flour. Delta 8, bud. Can we give away Delta 8?
Yeah, I would think so.
Who's gonna stop us?
I would think so. If it's legal.
Who's gonna stop us?
It's legal. So if I can legally gift anything else, any other wares, I think you'd have to gift it to obviously an adult. But yeah, I don't see why you couldn't.
Let's do it. Well, you said you were going to gift it exclusively to school children. Which was fun.
I am. It's true.
Oh, hey, look at Steve. He's on here. He's ripping on gummies all day from dispensaries, but sure hell to give them away. Yeah, that's because Native Hemp didn't have to go through the whole processing of being part of the old boys club.
That's because actually Native Hemp's medicine is affordable. People are using it at a fraction of the cost of some fucking whatever, dude. Like gummies are fine, edibles, all of that shit is fine. I cannot believe that a medical program does not have RSO available, and I'm not going to keep beating this dead horse. It's just
Yeah,
fucking
we are.
dumb. Real quick though, you brought up how the Top Shelf guys and how Levon and V9 Grows and Ricky, how they were helping people maybe get some grow setups, which is going to be perfect in time for March 1st when the World Series of Weed starts. But next week, next Monday, we are going to have Levon. It's been long overdue. Levon's going to come into studio with us, and we're just going to riff for 3 hours. We're going to riff with Levon.
Riff
time. Levon's a guy that grew up in St. Louis. Same time, about the same age as us, in a little different area. He grew up in downtown in the projects. He's happy to tell his story and everything. And I want us to share what it was like growing up in this. Our South City, upbringing was pretty similar. But there's a tale. There's a tale of a lot different St. Louis. Yeah, you're real hard.
I was super hard.
I went to Colorado dispensaries this weekend, and the price difference is crazy. Yeah, and listen, that doesn't surprise me. Like a mature market should have a little bit cheaper medicine, just based on, having been developed. But what we're doing right now is fucking nonsense, and it doesn't have anything to do with mature markets or anything. It has everything to do with stifled markets, because Oklahoma flipped a switch and overnight they were just open for business. And now
for business.
I think now I'm gonna throw a number out there. I'm gonna fact check myself in real time, but I think they have 2,200 dispensaries in Oklahoma.
Yes, 2,200.
Is that right?
Yep, you're exactly right.
That's awesome.
RSO was $18. Woo! And I
A gram?
think Colorado could get it even lower.
No, they
because
could.
Colorado has its problems. Here's the idea, guys. I'm gonna break it down real simple. The people who love growing weed will grow as much weed as we allow them.
That's right.
And they will
And they'll grow
gift-
good medicine.
They'll grow the best that the world has ever seen. I am learning, though, and maybe this is maybe I'm naive on this, but this is what I'm going to say right now, learning with my first grow. I feel like once you get a good flower, there's not that much difference unless you're getting crazy genetics. So I think once you have found the formula of growing a good plant, I don't think there's much variance between, these master growers and someone who's a very good grower. Like, to where, we were talking about musicians, world-class musicians. There probably are some world-class growers who maybe know some tricks that they're going to outdo everyone no matter what. If they get the same seeds, they're always going to outdo them. But I think once you get to a point of knowing the plant and knowing what you want and getting good genetics, you're going to grow phenomenal buds. Like, It's amazing this first time. And then knowing what I know the second time is only going to help. I'm sure there's going to be times where I ruin a whole thing or something goes wrong. Obviously, it happens to the best of us. But the fact that you can do that and the fact that these people that we know, I love weed. Steve loves the weed. That's the deal. I love it. I love the way the plant looks. I love the way it tastes. I love the way it smells. I love the culture around it. I love everything about it. So finding out that RSO was a deal was a big thing for me. It was like, oh, fuck. It's a real medicine, dude. Great. I've been smoking it this whole time just to help me sleep and kind of help my body relax, and maybe help with my anxiety. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Great, yeah.
So the fact that we know these growers and we know what they would do if we took the reins off them, they'd be like, oh, how much RSO did you give away last month? Be like, oh, I gave away.
That would be the greatest competition ever. Who could give
grand.
away the most RSO?
That's what most of them would do if we took it. If we just said,
fuck not? I know caregiver. Well, no,
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah,
There's a lot of RSO out there.
Before it was legal,
That's
we
right.
knew people who were making RSO
By
that
the
if they
fucking-
would have gotten busted,
it would
it
have
would have been like they were a heroin dealer because they had this black tar cannabis.
that happened to fucking save lives.
Oh, I do. I don't know if I saved this article. I did find an article when I was going through the cannabis and anxiety stuff. Yes, there is an article in CNN about how the high potency of weed is causing psychosis in people. And it's just, I do believe, and I wanted to read this because I'm going to check out all aspects of cannabis, bud. I'm going to check out every damn aspect of cannabis if I can. A little sludge in there. Yeah, I get some sludge.
just
I
a
get
couple
that
days
sometimes.
after. Yeah.
But the effects of it being super high THC and gonna fuck you up. I think some people
There's something to it.
if you're already like baseline is maybe you might have something chemically wrong or chemically different in the brain. Sometimes this can kind of kick it into gear or something, and we don't even understand those mechanisms yet. But I was looking at all these studies, and a lot of the studies that you look up are how cannabis causes anxiety.
I've used,
And then in a lot, it's like, well, it didn't cause it it actually cured it for some people. So these studies are weird because you can tell by the way it's worded. It's like cannabis causes anxiety in this, this, and this. And then when you read through the study, you're like, oh, wait, that wasn't like as bad as it seemed. And the studies from, 2006 where they're like, this still could be fucking bad, It's the most studied plant in the world, but a lot of the studies are like, how bad is it?
I've used
How bad is it?
Several different entheogens, psychedelics, high doses where I'm trying to live, and I'm telling you right now, the most uncomfortable, the most anxiety-riddled, the most psychoses that I've ever experienced was as a result of edible cannabis.
That's insane.
100%.
To me.
I could eat 20 hits of acid and feel better than I did if I ate 1,000 milligrams of cannabis. That's just me.
I think
it's the way
you
that
are far different. Than
I think maybe.
I think you take the standard person and you give them they've never done any drugs, and you give them a high dose of cannabis.
Yeah.
They're probably going to pass out and feel slightly uncomfortable. You give them a
no doubt.
fucking grams.
No doubt.
Their shit is going to be changed forever.
Well, that's for sure.
That's what's crazy about I'm learning. I watched a documentary last night about MK Ultra and the fucking things
dude. They dosed him
every
day too for years,
dude, and tortured them while they were dosed up.
Yeah, that's awful.
Oh my God, dude, I couldn't imagine. I've tortured myself with my own thoughts to have someone actively doing it, but I also thought oh, you're being tortured on LSD, and you're kind of like, oh, well, I'm totally disassociated from this.
Yeah.
This is crazy. What's happening to this guy down here? Oh, wait.
Haha, you idiots gave me ketamine. I can't feel any of this.
And the list. In that one documentary we were watching, they're like, here's all the drugs they used in MK Ultra, and it was like all of them.
Everything.
Yeah, we were like, holy shit, dude.
And they did it on Brilliant Minds too, man. That's what's crazy about it. Listen, we were talking about UFOs a little bit last night, and a lot of it last night.
Wait, that farmhouse might be a no-go. I asked them if we could have more than 12 people, and they're like, we're not comfortable with that. I was like, they're going to stay in tents. I said that.
Idiot.
And they go, no, we're not comfortable.
Oh, cool. Well, then we're coming to burn it down. Fuck you. Watch the fucking lightning hits that cocksucker. Now they're like, oh, he's on fucking Facebook. He's on Facebook. He said that.
Lightning.
Fuck.
God hates it.
Whatever. If you're not comfortable,
Or you.
If you're not comfortable with more than 12 people there, you're not comfortable with what we're going to do while we'll be there. So
That's what I was thinking. I'll find something else out.
we'll find something else out. That's exactly right. There's the Missouri's got the most UFO sightings anywhere. You think your house is the only joint I can fucking see a fucking alien? You think you're the only fucking joint in town? Because you ain't.
Do you know who I am?
Yeah. Did you do it?
Do you know who I am? I go, I am. I used to always say, I'm George Elgin's son to embarrass my dad. Especially when he was around, he'd be like, Jesus Christ, please stop.
Please don't.
Do you know who I am? Do you know who this is?
That's pretty great.
The Wrestling King of CBC. They got a statue of him.
They got a statue of him outside.
We always made, he always was like, hey, did you guys see the statue? When he'd drop us off at school or whatever, make sure you genuflected the statue in the quad. And so we said, I was like, what's the statue of? And he's like, they just built a statue of me. And
here's what we're going to do.
And
Home
at
opener.
CBC. So we're like, okay. They named it the Grappler. And my dad wrestled 103
98 or something. Yeah.
His freshman year, so it's him as a freshman. It's a scrawny little kid in a singlet,
kind of a baggy fucking spandex singlet.
Just like this, and that's the statue. And the bottom it says
the Grappler.
Fucking got him.
It's fucking great.
Got him.
He said it in Greek. Hey, listen, you're wearing the shirt today. We're getting real close.
Yeah, Monday is the home opener.
Monday's the home opener.
Tomorrow is the first game, maybe?
So we got...
Tomorrow's the first game.
So the Blues made a big sign. Is that right?
Yeah, we did 1 year. Mike Hoffman. Oh, we look good.
Is he a little older?
Bud.
Is he a little older? Crafty veteran?
32.
Okay. So he's still got some gas in the tank.
30 something. Probably. We only signed him for 1 year. Don't matter.
Okay. Fine.
We're getting him to win a cup this
Okay,
year.
great. That's what we're going to do.
He's a 30-goal scorer. He's a playmaker. We can't.
Is he a winger? What is he?
Winger. He has played center before, too.
Okay.
But I think
We
he's
got a lot
probably
of
going to
center.
end up.
We got a lot of center men.
You build through the middle.
Yeah. We got a lot of center. I'm not a hockey guy. I'm
built-
Craig Kohler, not hockey guy. But
Centers
I know,
can play
I'm starting
anywhere.
to pick up a thing or two. You know what I
Centers
mean?
can play anywhere,
That's right.
bud.
Yeah, they're the best athletes on the ice.
They can play anywhere. He was
The
born
best
in
athletes on the
89. Well, how old does that make him? 89.
So Vladdy's out for the entire year?
Who knows, man? Who knows with that guy?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So here's what I'm
He's
getting
got
at.
2 shoulder injuries.
It's tough.
And when you're getting banged into the boards every play, I don't know. I mean, maybe Vladdy comes back.
Let's see what that one is. I myself, as a fucked up minded individual, find that sativa strains have made me rabbit hole into thoughts that end in anxiety. Green crack and go-go gadget, although sativa make my mind run like forest. And the people running behind my mind's eye are a positive influence. The scene where the truck drives by Forrest and throws mud on his upper body and face comes to mind. The guy gives him the shirt and he wipes the mud away and reveals the smiley face greatness that was a happy accent. I almost think I could rename Go-Go Gadget to Run Forrest Run. Yeah, right on.
What?
Icy cacao.
I
think
listen,
I understand.
Listen, I'm gonna say something right now. Okay, if I had this cultivar strain, and I said this is green crack, it's high, it's sativa, and I said here, smoke it.
Yeah.
And it was the heaviest of indica in the world. I feel like that the person smoking it, the average cannabis, not the average cannabis user, the person who's been using cannabis forever, smokes that and goes, yeah, man, getting a nice euphoric up feel. My creativity. That's something else that bugged me on fucking. I love the people at Camp Cannabis. I like the guy, but this is the stuff that bugs me. It's like, hey, here, we want to know what's your favorite strain of medicine, indica or sativa, something to spark your creativity. Like, is that what we're doing? Like,
well,
you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, no,
let's be
actually,
efficient
I think
with
we were
the
talking.
medicine
We
thing.
didn't really quite get into it deep enough last night. We were talking with Dennison about it. We were talking about. We were talking to Dennison about it a little bit about RSO and everything else, and he feels like, and he's right. The number one job we have right now is really education, and not just like. The people who are kind of in the know are a little bit more hip to the plant, educating people that aren't, but also the people that, like, there are a lot of cannabis enthusiasts that are still kind of propagating the same lines about narrow leaf and broad leaves, indicas versus sativas, and what they might feel like and everything. But more than anything, talking about when we talked about cannabis as a medicine last night, and sure, smoked cannabis, I acknowledged last night, and vape cannabis, it helped my dad with a lot of things with his cancer. I didn't know enough about RSO at the time. I didn't have access to RSO at the time. That's one of the big things. So we talked about how when we're talking about cancer curing protocol or cancer fighting.
I am the
Cancer
biggest
fighting
dork
protocol. That's
of
okay,
all
man.
time.
It's fucking dude. When it's Cardinal season, I'm gonna be playing fucking
right,
"Here
all
Comes
right.
the King" right there all fucking day. You think this is annoying? Wait till you hear me fucking dun, 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 all fucking show the whole time. I can't wait until fucking Pitchers and Catchers report, which should be right at about 1 month from today, from tomorrow actually.
Okay, RSO.
Anyway, RSO. Educating people about what cannabis as medicine actually is. And then there's a whole nother thing. We had Amber on last night, and she knows quite a bit about RSO protocols from dealing with Nolan, and Nolan made worldwide, he trended globally online for when the police and Bolivar came into his hospital room at CMH and took his medicine. Then our buddy, I believe, Josh Loftus, basically bred back F1s, F2s, maybe all the way down to F3s to get Nolan's genetics that he had, and he calls it last days back, which is awesome. And if you get an opportunity to buy that, I believe some of the proceeds goes back to Nolan's tribe. I don't know, but anywho, no. Yeah,
I think there was maybe a problem with the
he was
genetics
getting to harm a
on
little
those.
bit. Yeah,
Yes.
that could be.
So they're figuring out.
They're still
just-
working that back. Point is,
Yeah.
that there are
I was
people
just
who
giving
have
him a
dealt
subtle
with.
no to
Yeah, I
see
was
what
like,
you would do.
I was like,
This is when he was
maybe.
talking about something really
I don't give a
important, and I'm going.
But I mean, there's a level of we have to right now, or in states that have more mature markets, people are starting to learn that it's not all about THC. You're turning that up in the mix. Okay, I can also turn it up over here, bud. And so there we go. We're good. We're good. Sounds great.
Yeah, no.
Hello. The important thing is to recognize the minor cannabinoid profiles in cannabis plants and how that synergy is what makes it medicine. Yeah, so that's what we were getting at. So in more mature markets, people are starting to move away from that high THC is the best for me idea, right? Now, there's still people that come in from states that aren't legal that still have this idea that I need something with 28% THC. You know, well, I mean, it's just what they told us. It's what they told us forever is what made weed good and what made weed an inebriant or an intoxicant. You know
what I did on my trip with veterans when I got to the dispensary after I butted all them in line to go first into the dispensary? I said, "What's the highest THC you got, bro?"
And they're like,
"That was the crazy thing."
They're like, "Oh, you stupid, simple idiot."
No, they're like, "Here, let me show you. Here we go. This will give you this profile." Listen, I'm just saying, I think it's so bread over bread, and everybody's like, now I have all these genetics, and it's like, do you?
Have you seen the gummy bear? Have you seen the gummy bear thing explaining genetics?
I think every gummy bear
our buddy Nate on camp. Well, I halfway agree with you.
Every gummy bear is a homogenous thing.
I'm gonna halfway agree with you.
Hundreds of colors.
And so anyway, so Nate on Canvas, I think, posted it, said, help me understand it. And we actually had on the show, Kush Coach kind of explain it through the text line and made it all make sense. Having the visual certainly helps a little bit. I think I get it. But also, like you were saying, if I put this in front of you and told you it was this, what would you say? Well, here's how my body reacts to cannabis. Did you smoke it? Then you're high. And for the most part, like, I don't get, like, the difference between couch lock or...
I'm just saying, no one, please save your opinions if you haven't kept a regimented schedule in your life, okay? You've kept a regimen where you eat fucking same time every day, same amount of fucking nutrients, get the same amount of sleep, get the same amount of everything. So you can keep a fucking base level, and then in day one, you smoke this cultivar at 11 o'clock. And you got to, like, keep the same fucking mindset, too. I just think a lot of it is sniffing your own fart. Like, when I did that cannabis review a long time ago, I didn't do any more because I'm like, what the fuck was that after I watched it? Like, what are you doing? Like, well, it's got
no, well, actually, but see, here's the deal. I'll tune in for that because you're telling jokes in between.
That's what I tried to make it funny.
Don't fucking listen. Don't be what I'm getting here.
Yeah, I just felt like an asshole.
I'm getting a little grapefruit tickling my uvula, and you see what it's doing is it's
that's
kind of
the mirror scene.
What it is there was a bit of fog here.
That's the mirror
but
scene.
It's the fog kind of split as if Moses, like as if the cannabis acted as Moses.
That's the limiting.
It split the fog.
That's the limiting.
That's the limiting. Okay, and so once the fog was split, I just felt like I was just downloading. And
downloading
on the back end, there was some
Pining.
periophyllene that was a little peppery, but I put a little pep in my step if I had to get. If you do that, I hope you step on a landmine. And that would be really random to be walking in America and just to randomly step on a landmine.
Unless you take a vacation in like Southeast Asia.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah. In America, you're walking on a street landmine. That's kind of what I hope for you. Yeah. If that's the person you're going to be. Now there's a dozen people in the world that can do that. We know one of them. He wrote a fucking book on it, and the guy.
Of course we do.
Well, that's the deal, motherfuckers. We've been doing it a minute. Anybody that's doing, you're not fooling me. I've talked to the people that can do it. You're an asshole.
I've watched documentaries on the Cannabis Cup, and I was in Amsterdam right after one of the Cannabis Cups, and I was like, how do they judge? And they go, oh, they just go from dispensary to dispensary smoking joints.
Can't. Yeah, and that's the other thing.
They said that this one guy did.
I want to judge the World Series of weed differently because I don't think we should be smoking multiple cultivars in a day.
In a row?
Yeah, it's dumb. It's dumb because the high has to play into it a little bit, right? And like environment plays in the fucking high. Like it's not just flavor, but it's also flavor. There's like all of these things. But like if you're tasting 14 different fucking weeds,
how you doing it
in a day?
How you doing?
Help me out, bud.
There is one guy did have a great thing. He was just kind of an oddball. You could tell he had been smoking forever. He didn't care if he was the judge of the Cannabis Cup or not. He just
he's just getting high. He's getting terpy, bud.
He goes, all of them kind of fall in the same class of great weed.
Sure.
But he goes, you will hit one. You'll hit one.
That'll fucking change your outlook a little
in
bit.
the middle. And we recently had an experience like that. We had smoked a ton of good stuff, and then we smoked this one, and we were both like, "That's what that can be like.
Yeah.
That's what that's like." To where he says there's one or two every year that even in the midst of all of his smoking, he'll take a rip, and it'll make him immediately get like flush or feel warm. Where I've had that too. Where I get a nice warm feeling over my body. And I'm like, okay. But it's never like, I'm never a judge. I'm going to make myself a judge just because obviously that's why I'm doing this whole thing. And I want the Hoosiers to compete and learn how to grow for the first time. Like, that's the whole fucking deal.
Yeah, right. The way that you win the game is you just play it. Like everybody ends up getting medicine. Everybody ends up doing something that maybe they didn't think they could do before. And also all these people, and like, because we know people, because we know Levons and George Nolan's and Josh Loftus's and like dudes that are great caregivers and Vernon and you know, like all these guys that are fucking.
Vernon's got some monsters.
Vernon's got a garden, bud. He's got a fucking pretty little garden. He's got the dank dust. Like it's in stores all around his soil. Like people have nothing but great things to say about his soil.
For
like,
sure. I saw his plants and I was like, yeah,
Jake Treacy at Rooted Organics. Like all of these people, we have people that are growing some serious cannabis. And my thing is like all of these different competitions, they kind of hamstring people a little bit. Future Farmer is our dog in the race, our horse in the race for
soon. That'll be February. I think.
For the Cannafest, cannafest.com. Check it out.
February 20th.
The Auto Growathon. Anywho, but the thing is like, so people are like, well, you know, if we give everybody the same genetics, then they're all kind of growing for the growing along the you know with the same. But that's not what I want to do. Well, everybody says, "Hey, I grow," and that there is a place for that. That's go do Cannafest and do that.
I had 3 seeds, and 2 of them look exactly the same. One of them looks totally different, and everybody says, "Yeah, that's just the deal." Like all the best growers are like, "Yeah, that's just the deal." And the Cannafest event is coming up to finally judge. I can't fucking wait. I think like Jonesy Deone might be in it. Future Farmer. There's a couple other people in it too, but I think they're gonna.
Vernon, I think Vernon's in it.
Vernon's in it.
I believe so. Yeah.
It's big. No, I thought maybe.
Levon. I don't know if Levon is. There's a few people.
I think there is a couple more that I'm missing.
There's a few here on this side. I'm trying to think.
But it's for state. I haven't really seen any of the other states.
I haven't seen much out of Oklahoma. I've seen a few of the plants that
I
were
haven't
tagged.
seen any wrestling videos.
No, I definitely haven't seen that.
Where you at? I need to make one more Madman video before it's all said.
Yeah, you should.
I'm gonna go live from the garden as a madman. I'll bring those photos.
Okay, that's fine. Great. Do your thing. Anyway, one thing I like about.
I love when he talks to me like that. God damn it! Why am I so?
Just do what you gotta do, pal. Don't threaten me with what you're gonna do. Just do it. And so.
You know what I'm gonna do?
What are you gonna do, bud?
You know what I'm gonna do? Here. Tell me that this is awesome. That way I won't actually do it. I'll just get the joy of talking about it.
Of having, said I was going to do it. I just like the idea on the World Series of Weed to open it up. And all these people, many growers, many established growers have their own genetics lines too. So that's another thing is like there's people that are trading souvenirs.
I think it's all about how you market it too when I watch these weed competitions things because I've been trying to study just weed competitions, just trying to figure out what the hell's going on. I'm not the first guy to figure this shit out by any means necessary, and I don't want it. You know, like let's all get together and do this shit. But they're fucking when they're putting these things together, it's amazing the whole how people market themselves to be like alien labs. Here comes their nug, bringing it in on a drone.
That's fine. Like, that's great.
I love it.
It's great.
I love.
Church it up a little bit. Yeah, church it up a little bit.
Weed fun is my deal. And I'm a fun killer right now because that's what they told me it's medicine. So if it's medicine, I want to act like it's medicine. Dickhead.
That's right.
Because that's why you're keeping people out. If you said, hey, it's legal, anybody can do it, I don't care.
Then I want it in suppositories. I want nasal spray. I want inhalers.
This thing made out of THC crystals.
Yes. A hash puck. I want a hash puck fucking butt plug.
I can't believe that lady stole that butt plug. That's insane.
It's pretty strange. But she didn't know what it was, right?
Do you know what that is? Yeah. Should we go to first break?
Yeah, we should. And then we're gonna come back. We're gonna talk some fucking Blues hockey, bud.
Well,
because I got something.
are we?
I just
sum it up
have
right
to
now.
sum it up because I have just one thing too.
Okay.
And then we'll go to break.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, sum up what you guys say.
He's 31. Here's his goals: 27, 29, 26, 22, 36, 39. That's Hoffman.
That's a good
He's
run.
31.
That's a good run. Who did he come up with?
He came up with Ottawa.
The Senators?
Yeah, and then went to Florida for a few years. Florida had a few years. He was the
Right.
guy who
He was a senator.
His wife was ripping on Eric Carlson's wife. Remember we went over it that one morning barely.
And they had to dump one of them.
like a horrible thing. Like she had like
Similar
a
thing.
stillborn
This
or
shit
something,
always
but
happens in hockey, by the way.
That's
What's the fucking deal?
That's
Brendan
always the
Shanahan's
deal.
plugging Craig Janney's wife.
That's
Like
always
as a
the
kid,
deal.
I didn't know why are we getting rid of Craig Janney. The guy he's just he's putting it up on a platter for other people
Oh,
to score.
buddy.
Craig Janney's a
he was
fucking he's
second
got silky
coming.
mitts. What are you doing? And next
Second
thing you know,
coming
you find out that fucking
of
Brendan
Oaks.
Shanahan's fucking boring his wife out, and
yeah,
you're like,
right.
oh okay, they had a fucking that was a okay.
That was a whole
Which
deal.
actually, the Dollop, one of my favorite podcasts, has an unbelievable episode about not about that, but about in the '70s about two Yankee pitchers called the pitcher swap, and it's these two pitchers that pitch for the Yankees. It's the '70s, dude. It's the height of fucking everybody's swingers, And so these two pitchers, they decide to they're swingers, and they are they swap wives. And everything's going good. They're pitching for the Yanks, whatever. Well, one relationship kind of goes one way, and it's fun for a while. They all liked each other's company so much that they decided to switch permanently, and not just switch wives, but switch families. So one dude now is looking over this dude's kids. This other dude now is looking over this dude's kids.
Nope.
One relationship is fucking sunshine and rainbows, bud. The other one takes a turn. Well, one of the dudes gets traded to fucking Cleveland. Now all of a sudden he's like he wants his family to move with him, all right? But his family's kind of this other dude's family now. It's one of the most one of the most fascinating podcasts you'll ever hear.
What are the
Dollop.
kids?
It's called
think
the Yankee
about
Swap, I
this?
think.
Oh, that sounds perfect.
Dollop. Let me just see what it's called here. I'll tell you. It's episode 123, The Yankee Pitcher Switch by the Dollop. Fritz Peterson and Mike Kekich are the two pitchers. And how this story stayed under wraps from me for my entire life, being the fucking the baseball fanatic that I am, is beyond me. Anyway, going back to this. So one of the guy's wives is chirping the other guy's wife.
It was horrible.
It's awful. Okay, it's probably over like
But she's in St. Louis now, so it should be interesting as far as that goes.
So it was his wife was the antagonist.
Hoffman's wife was
like the one
going
starting
hard.
the fucking fight.
Yes.
Okay.
And
All right.
we start the season off at Colorado. That's like they're going to be our
fucking in Cronky's fucking joint.
yeah, and they're a good team, but our lineup right now is
tomorrow?
just stacked.
Okay. Well, so here's the deal. This is what I'm getting at. I won't stand for it another year. We're gonna get together with old Georgie Porgy,
Oh yeah.
and we're gonna tie a fucking good buzz on.
We
We're
signed
gonna
Vinny Dunn.
fucking hang around the shanty and put a good buzz on, bud.
Play some guitar.
We're gonna play a little guitar, and we're just gonna fucking riff with your pop because I haven't really had much of an opportunity to do that, and I think George and I are cut from the same cloth, Paolo.
Oh, you guys.
We're gonna cut from the same pot. We're gonna fucking get a little. Maybe we'll fucking mute the TV. We'll put a little fucking. We're just gonna get some classic rock going. We're gonna go through some deep cuts.
Oh,
and
yeah, he'd dig that.
That's what I'm trying to do. And we're gonna watch a
And
little
we'll get
hockey because
my
I'm a
fake
hockey
mom
fan.
out of there.
Get your fake mom way out of there. She can sit on my lap.
No, she's great actually. I really do. I do. She's awesome.
Anywho,
We're gonna
so
see
that-
Torrey Krug's coming up. I mean, Vinny
he's
Dunn.
with the Blues now. The old
Falk,
Bruin, Torrey
yeah,
Krug, and he what
yeah.
he kind of a little fucking pissant.
He was the worst. He's
That's
the
all right. I
worst.
want those guys on my team. Parayko better nut the fuck up this year.
Scandella.
Is Scandella a new guy?
No, he got here last year, but he's a big boy. We're gonna be playing. Vladimir's gonna come back some point in the year, and I mean, I think we
Shanner's
got.
my guy. Who the fuck is Hugh McGing? I like that name.
He's from Chicago. Good for him. A lot of those guys won't touch the ice.
Barbashev. Barbashev's a fucking little bowling ball. I like that guy.
Oh yeah, I don't know what the lineups are gonna look like right now, but I mean, you're looking at a top 6 forward of Perron,
Frenchie's this team's MVP.
O'Reilly, and maybe Hoffman, and then you got Schwartzy, Schenner, and who's the third one on there?
Kyrou?
Maybe. But then Sonny. Oh no, Robert Thomas is the.
That's who the young kid. Yeah, that's who I was looking.
Damn.
Dude, that kid's slick, real fast.
Kyrou scored 2 goals in the game. They had like a Blues on Blues game.
Okay.
And all
Kyrou did? I mean, eventually, like the idea is Kyrou and Thomas, they're like that next.
Yes.
They're that next wave,
Yes.
right?
That they are the Kane and Taze blueprint, where we found a playmaker like a Taze,
And a skater.
and then we found a guy who could fucking just put the puck in the back of the net. And
Okay.
Kyrou. And that's who Kyrou's supposed to be. And he's shown glimpses of where he makes people, where he like straight up gets in people's faces and says, "Go silly." Let's do it now. Let's do
Oh, hey. It's Adam McChesney with Ms. Marketing. We specialize in lead generation, filling your pipeline, and taking care of your payments. Give us a call today.
Adam from Ms. Marketing took me from 10 leads to 300 leads in a month, and I became the strongest boy in the schoolyard.
He increased the revenue for my charter fishing business by 30% in 1 month. Ms. Marketing.
What was that Facebook algorithm? What was that Instagram? Ms. Marketing.
I know it's late, baby, but you got me thinking about my dream home.
Yeah, girl. You know, Bungeon Property Group doesn't just sell houses, they sell dreams. You know when the best time to talk about dreams is? In the middle of the night. That's why Bungeon Property Group is famously open 24 hours a day, so you can whisper sweet nothings in the middle of the night. Oh yeah. Tell me all your dreams of white picket fences, in-ground pools, and I'll find them for you. In an area with a low crime rate, general proximity to nice parks, walking distance to the grocery store, easy access to the highways. A place where you can offer a quality education to your children, all while feeling safe in your front yard while they play. Let me talk that dream house talk to you. Let me be your dream realtor. Adam Bondred.
Hey, DJ Shabba.
Hey, ladies. I'm gonna smoke a little weed, boy.
I wanna grow some trees, boy.
When I grow all the weed that I smoke,
And I blow all the trees that he grows.
and I smoke all the weed that I grow.
And I grow all the trees that he smokes.
Well, I'm growing and I'm smoking.
So I go see Bo.
Puff, pass.
And I'm smoke what I grow, yeah.
Grow active solution.
And I'm growing the hydro.
Bo knows hydro.
And I'm growing the hydro.
Grow active solutions.
Bono hydro. Bono hydro. Bono hydro. Bono how to grow. Bono how to grow.
Grow active solutions.
Bono how to grow.
Grow active solutions.
Yeah.
On a poster looking like me, checking the swamp man for a pretty girl, being an outlaw in an outlaw world. Hey, I'm an outlaw, check it and see. Want a poster looking like me, walking my hound dog, surfing that swamp, catch and crawl that do the sweetly stomp. Everybody do the sweetly stomp. It's a stomp, it's a wiggle, turn around, a little tickle. It's a stomp, move your feet, head on down to Sweet Leaf. Head on down to Sweet Leaf. Head on down to Sweet Leaf.
Dude, man, get on down to Sweet Leaf Emporium and do that Sweet Leaf stomp, man.
Hey guys, it's me, Kippy the Crazy Koala Bear, and I'm here to tell you about James Carlton Insurance.
Kids, quiet down.
It's the best.
Kids, quiet down and listen to Kippy.
Grown-ups need insurance, and Uncle James can help.
Right on.
Grown-ups need insurance. He's got the best reviews on Yelp. Grown-ups need insurance if they want to protect their house.
Yes, sir.
Grown-ups need insurance if they want to properly bury a spouse.
That's a bit morbid.
Grown-ups need insurance if they drive a truck.
Okay.
Grown-ups need insurance just so they don't get...
Whoa, Kippy, you can't...
Well, I was just going to say
cannot.
get in trouble.
Okay, well, it
you
sounded
don't
like you
want
were
to
going
get
to
in trouble.
sounded like you were going to say something else. James Carlton, State Farm Insurance. You can find him online at carltoninsurance.net, or you can call him at 314-961-4800.
Native hemp inside of me. 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 I got 1,800 milligrams going real good down my throat. When I wake up in the morning and I need a pick me up. Well, I grab my bottle of native hemp and I splash it on my tongue. Lap, lap, lap. Native hemp inside of me. Native hemp inside of me. Native hemp inside of me. Native hemp inside of me.
Native hemp extract available at HoosierSophisticate.com. Enter code HOSO, H-O-S-O, at checkout for an additional 30% off.
I was reading what that actually was invoking. It was pretty interesting. Do you remember? Do you know what it is? Guys, welcome back to the Hoosier Sophisticate Show. Watch us on Twitch. That's owned by Amazon, and we're going to get into the
Praise
whole...
to the jewel in the lotus.
There we go. I've read something different, actually. But what we're going to do here, mornings are for the Hoosiers. We all know that. So what we're going to do is talk about a little bit about cannabis and anxiety. We touched on it in the first hour. I'm going to go through that real quick, and then we're going to get to how Silicon Valley has responded to the deadly U.S. Capitol riot. And then we got some mob
Let's
boss
get
stuff.
to it. Let's do it to it.
This is on ScienceDaily.com, and it has the appearance of a real scientific study. You know, when they're in this format, I usually say, "Oh, that's real." Study sheds light on link between cannabis, anxiety, and stress. A molecule produced by the brain that activates the same receptors as marijuana is protective against stress by reducing anxiety-causing connections between two brain regions. Vanderbilt University Medical Center researchers report. This finding This finding, published today in Neuron, could help explain why some people use marijuana when they're anxious or under stress. It could also mean that pharmacologic treatments that increase levels of this molecule, known as 2AG, in the brain could regulate anxiety and depressive symptoms in people with stress-related anxiety disorders, potentially avoiding a reliance on medical marijuana or similar treatments. When mice are exposed to acute stress, a break in an anxiety-producing connection between the amygdala and the frontal cortex caused by 2AG temporarily disappears, causing the emergence of an anxiety-related behavior. The circuit between the amygdala and the frontal cortex has been shown to be stronger in individuals with certain types of anxiety disorders. As people or animals are exposed to stress and get more anxious, these two brain areas glue together and their activity grows stronger together, said Sachin Patel, MD, PhD, the paper's corresponding author and director of Division General Psychiatry at Vanderbilt University. We might predict there's a collapse in the endocannabinoid system, which includes 2AG, in the patients that go on to develop a disorder. But not everyone develops a psychiatric disorder after trauma exposure, so maybe the people who don't develop a disorder are able to maintain that system in some sort of way. Those are the things we're interested in testing next. The study also found that signaling between the amygdala and the frontal cortex can be strengthened through genetic manipulations that compromise endogenous cannabinoid signaling in this pathway, causing mice to become anxious even without exposure to stress in some cases. The finding demonstrates that the cannabinoid signaling system that suppresses information flow between these two brain regions is critical for setting the level of anxiety in animals. We don't know how or why this cannabinoid signaling system disappears or disintegrates in response to stress, but it results in the strengthening of the connection between these two regions and heightened anxiety behaviors in mice. Understanding what's causing that compromise, what causes the signaling system to return after a few days, and many other questions about molecular mechanisms by which this is happening are things we're interested in following up on. David Marcus, neuroscience graduate, and that's the rest of it. So they're saying there's a break in the endocannabinoid system when people are feeling anxious, and that could lead to why CBD and
helps counteract that a little bit.
Helps counteract that because we're finding out more and more about how important the endocannabinoid system is in just overall general homeostasis. Like to find out that you have CB1 receptors in your CB1 in your brain, CB2 in your body, and that it's pretty much a part of every function the body does to keep it running in tip-top shape. It's pretty fucking wild.
I want not like I got I want like learned doctors who are still, maybe cannabis deniers. I want them to explain the endocannabinoid system's function to me. Not cannabis doctors that or not doctors that are already hip to cannabis who've done. I want a SLU doctor, SLU professor, head of heart medicine, head of cardiology. I want that person when I say, hey, the endocannabinoid system, are you familiar with it? I've heard a thing or two about it. Okay, do you know what its function is? That I want to start there with that doctor, because I think the way that you get these people to start investigating them more is you make them answer kind of their own questions. Hey, what's the endocannabinoid system?
Yeah.
Oh, it's this whatever. It's this regulatory
My buddy went
system.
to med school and he had no idea.
It's this
it
regulatory system in the body. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. What's its function?
Yeah. What does it do?
I'm not entirely sure. How big is it? What like is it a fairly large system? Does the body work without it? Is it even possible? And just kind of ask them these questions. No attacks, no nothing. Just what are these things? Can you answer this, and this? And maybe then all of a sudden they're going to find a place in its. I think if you talk to like a doctor of osteopathy or something, which I didn't realize was founded here in St. Louis, like the DO profession. Somebody actually highlighted that for me. I think that they would be far more receptive, to and I think most of them probably, if they decided to be DOs instead of MDs, would be more receptive to cannabis and how it improves the homeostasis in humans.
Like small doses too. We're talking about microdosing.
Sure,
like
just enough to feed those receptors.
We got in there for something.
But I'm interested. I would be interested to kind of hear a medical doctor. It's kind of like this. Like, we know that this system exists, right? It's been discovered. I think it was who discovered the ECS? I think
was it Machula?
Slew found the CB1 receptors, which is awesome, right? Like a lot of cannabis science was, Lumer Hanus?
Yeah.
First discovered the endocannabinoid. The first endocannabinoid in 2017 was a 25th anniversary. So 82? 92? Yeah. 92. It was discovered, the ECS. Okay. So I would like to, it's like when you go to IKEA and you buy a piece of furniture, okay? There are no fucking extra parts. I know this because I have a bunk bed frame that's awesome sitting in my basement that I can't buy fucking hardware alone for.
92, Machulum found the CB1
Rafi
receptor.
Machulum. Okay. So he found the CB1 receptor. Great. So what you learn is, and it's kind of an ongoing joke in the trades, like if you're putting something together or whatever, it's like, oh, extra parts. Like you should never have extra parts.
I always.
Yeah, you should never have extra parts.
Always.
And so we know that the ECS, is a thing. We know that it's a pretty fucking vital part of our homeostasis, and to see so many people in the medical profession treat it as though it's just fucking extra parts.
Oh, I got you. Yeah,
is fucking maddening. Yeah. Like, it has a function. Everything in our body has a function, right? Like, I mean, I think that a lot of doctors will say, like, well, you don't need your appendix. But your appendix still has a function. Like, you can live without it. Same way with the gallbladder. Like, yeah, we can pull your gallbladder out. We don't want to do that, but we can do that. It's not extra parts. That's how I feel about, like, doctors that are like, there's just not much evidence on it. It's like, motherfucker, you know the system's there. So how do we feed it? How do you fucking make sure that it's working properly? Can you just focus on that for a second? Let's take everything out. Let's quit saying cannabis cures cancer or saves lives, or if that's hard for you to grasp, that's fine. What is the endocannabinoid system, and how do I make it run at top gear? That's all I'm asking.
It's like the oil, and we're like,
Yeah.
we don't need to worry about the oil.
I can get 50,000 miles out of this engine if I don't put oil in it. Oh yeah, but you
You're
could
good.
maybe get 300,000 if you do put oil in it.
I don't understand how the oil thing
I don't
works.
get it. Fuck.
Coping with stress or unwinding. This is from projectcbd.org, one of the best sites online for cannabis science. Coping with stress or unwinding from a hectic day is one of the major reasons millions of people consume cannabis, while your average recreational user isn't interested in the biological mechanisms behind why they feel more relaxed after smoking a joint. The reason is almost certainly due to the direct activation. Did you lock the door?
I didn't.
Oh, you should. It's Jason.
Morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You don't have to be here at any certain time. You own the joint. You own the joint, pal.
Certainly due to direct activation of the endocannabinoid system, the ECS. The ECS comprises fatty ligands called endocannabinoids.
Little
Which,
Za? Thanks, bud.
little morning Za. Look at our
You
guy
want a
bringing
little
some
morning
morning Za.
Za?
Not right now.
Okay, fine.
The ECS comprises fatty ligands called endocannabinoids, which bind to a vast network of cannabinoid receptor sites, CB1 and CB2, throughout the brain, central nervous system, immune system, and organs. That seems important. Dynamic in nature, it is constantly working to ensure all our physiological systems remain in balance. Life is filled with external stressors, pollution, poor sleep, that argument with your boss, the 24/7 news cycle about millions of people dying worldwide from coronavirus. Jesus. Thankfully, the ECS works as a buffer to ensure our organisms don't develop some kind of illness as a result. It also plays a crucial role in regulating fear, anxiety, and how we cope with stress. Activating CB1 receptors in our brain and central nervous system have been found to calm feelings of anxiety, which explains why consuming cannabis tends to chill people out. However, it's not a case of the more you smoke, the less anxious you feel, as higher doses of THC, the main psychoactive compound in cannabis, can actually be anxiety-inducing. Enhanced signaling between CB1 receptors and endocannabinoid anandamide in the amygdala, an area of the brain key to processing fear, has shown to help mice forget frightening experiences. There we go, to kind of piggyback off the last one. That's something of clinical interest for the treatment of anxiety disorders, where frightening events of the past become indelibly marked by a patient's memory, fueling future feelings of anxiety. However, chronic stress itself can eventually impair our endocannabinoid system. Prolonged exposure to stress downregulates CB1 receptor signaling in the brain regions involved in emotional processing. Chronic stress also increases levels of fatty acid amide hydrolase, the enzyme that breaks anandamide down in the body, resulting in lower concentrations of the feel-good endocannabinoid. With weakened endocannabinoid signaling, we are more vulnerable to developing anxiety and depression. Indeed, one study showed a clear inverse relationship between anandamide levels and anxiety severity in women with major depression. So in basic terms, the more anandamide deficient we are, the more anxious we may become. Thus, boosting CB1 signaling could be a potential therapeutic target for both protecting against and treating anxiety disorders, a theory explored in a preclinical study on mice with low anandamide levels caused by stress-induced anxiety. Researchers observed how inhibiting FAAH reversed the animal's anandamide deficiency, which in turn reduced their anxious behavior.
Okay.
And it says drug companies around the world are trying to find synthetic FAAH inhibitors, obviously the same thing. That FAAH is the acid amide hydrolase. So, there's in one study, administering CBD to rats submitted to 60 minutes of enforced restraint not only lowered their heart rate and mean arterial pressure, but also reduced anxiety levels. However, these results were not replicated when the rats were given a 5-HT1A antagonist, which blocked CBD from interacting with serotonin receptors. What remains unclear is whether CBD elicits this effect by directly binding with 5-HT1A or by directly facilitating 5-HT1A serotonin signaling.
Okay.
That was a study showing how CB interacts with serotonin 5-HT1A receptors in the brain, which those are tested and targeted in antidepressant, anti-anxiety medication.
We talk about cannabis. You guys need to spend a day reading the articles at FrenchieCannoli.com. So much information on cannabis and our ECS, no doubt. PubMed, which is a pretty National Library of Medicine. So I mean, it's as scientific as you get. They have a study. This study is from October of 2000. Okay, it was done in Germany, and it's the importance of the endogenous cannabinoid system in various neuropsychiatric disorders. And the abstract reads: the endogenous cannabinoid system (ECS) was first described in 1988. There are two specific receptors: CB2 receptor located in the lymphatic system, and the CB1 receptor occurring predominantly in the central nervous system. The CB1 receptor shows a distinct distribution in the CNS with a very high density in the cerebellum, the basal ganglia, and in the hippocampus. In 1992, the endogenous ligands of the cannabinoid system were discovered for the first time, which 2AG, that's a word that I'm going to take a shot at, arachidonoglycerol.
Good for you.
Arachidonoglycerol.
I like that.
Okay. The physiological role of these arachidonic acid derivatives is still unclear. Implication of these recent discoveries from Naegeli de la Tourette syndrome, ischemic brain lesions, schizophrenic psychoses, and opiate drug dependence are described. A dysregulation in the endogenous cannabinoid anandamide system could possibly play an important role in the etiology of Guillain de la Tourette syndrome and schizophrenic psychoses. Administration of cannabinoids affects the symptoms. How many times are you going to say it, bud? Guillain de la Tourette syndrome positively, whereas cannabinoids probably have rather negative effects in schizophrenic psychoses. In ischemic brain lesions, cannabinoids seem to have a neuroprotective effect. They appear to minimize the extent of a lesion by reduction of glutamate release. Additionally, the meaning of the endogenous cannabinoid system for the development of opioid drug dependency is discussed, and interactions between the endogenous opioid system and the endogenous cannabinoid system are pointed out. This is of interest since it should be shown in animal experience that the absence of CB1 receptors reduces the positive reinforcement of opiate administration.
What was that last sentence? What was it basically summing up there?
This is of interest since it could be shown in animal experiments that the absence of CB1 receptors, no CB1 receptors, reduces the positive reinforcement of opiate administration. In other words, pain. In other words, the opiates they're trying to sell, they're not going to work if your CB1s aren't fucking working.
Interesting.
Anyway.
Interesting. All right, this is purified versus whole plant CBD. This is just a test on CBD, but now we're seeing it with isolate, THC, and kind of full plant. With a race on to find new anxiety drug potentially worth billions of dollars because over 250 million Americans have anxiety, there's little financial gain to be enjoyed from developing medication based on whole plant cannabis, but purified CBD, while potentially more lucrative and easier to study in clinical trials, has its own therapeutic drawbacks that aren't present in full spectrum CBD-rich cannabis extracts. Anyone who's tried a CBD isolate will vouch for the fact that a high dose is generally needed to get any therapeutic effect. This common experience was confirmed in a meta-analysis comparing CBD-rich products with purified CBD in patients with epilepsy. The study found that much lower doses of CBD-rich cannabis were taken by patients to successfully control their seizures compared to the high amounts of purified CBD used in Epidiolex clinical trials. Not only that, animal studies, that means they tried to make Epidiolex fucking in a lab, and they're like, this is going to work better.
Yeah,
and
because
they're
they're
like,
fucking
no,
dumb.
The plant works better. Sorry, the plant, you can.
You know, oddly enough, you're just not as good as God at it.
It's weird. Not only that, animal studies demonstrate how purified CBD has a bell-shaped dose response, whereby it only shows significant therapeutic benefit at a substantial dose, with little efficacy at a lower and higher doses. Bing. The inverted bell-shaped dose response was confirmed in the context of social anxiety when healthy volunteers undertaking a simulated public speaking test only experienced a reduction in anxiety when given 300 milligrams of CBD, but no change in either 150 milligrams or 600 milligrams, suggesting a narrower therapeutic window compared to CBD-rich cannabis. So you got to really hit the right dosage, too, if you're using a CBD isolate. Until recently, there's been... And the isolates is what's going into all the medicine right now.
All the gummies.
All
so
the
that's
gummies
that's
and
something
sodas
that
and shit.
no doubt.
Like they're like, no, it's got to taste good for the people. Otherwise, they won't buy it.
In order for them to get their flavor profile where they want to get it,
that, dude?
but still have accurate medicine,
That's the
they have to
McDonald's
take
model.
all of the terpenes out of the medicine. They have to take all of the minor cannabinoids. They isolate THC down to where it's virtually
Decarb it and throw it
tasteless.
in the
Decarb it,
thing.
then throw it in your fucking sugary mix. Rock and roll.
Fuck me, dude.
That's my whole thing. You know, I remember like Dennis Leary back in the day. He was always my favorite comic. Until,
I bet.
And later
that
on,
explains a lot.
later on, I found out he did rip some jokes from Bill Hicks, another favorite comedian of mine. However,
He did.
like I just remember one of his things. He's like, people fucking go in and they order like this latte. He's like, I just want a coffee flavored fucking coffee. And I remember thinking, yeah, that makes sense.
Of course you did.
And I'm also like, I just want weed flavored weed.
I know, dude.
I know, and other people are like, "Ooh, I don't know the
pen.
mushrooms. What do you eat? What do you eat your mushrooms with in order to make them go? Eat the fucking medicine. It takes fucking 3 seconds.
I have to eat it with some.
God damn, munch
or
the
I
fucking
tear it up in
boomers,
little
dude.
pieces and, like,
God
eat it like
damn,
pills.
I'll
Right,
grab a fucking
I know,
fistful
tough
of that
guy, I know.
cardboard and just chew it down.
know.
It's the fucking price to see God. How hard is it? You don't get to
It's
fucking eat it.
tough.
You don't get to eat
tough.
it with chili cheese Fritos,
Yeah, I do.
bud. Eat
Yeah, I
the
do.
fucking mushrooms and shut up.
Why can't I make it a tad bit more palatable?
Because your palate is
trash.
It's your fucking that's this body that you're trying to fuck. You don't honor this. Go honor that, bud.
Why don't I
eat the fucking mushroom?
Why don't I just eat dog shit then?
Fine. If
doesn't
it takes you to God, sure.
I
do
know,
it.
but it might. I haven't
You
tried
don't know,
it.
try it.
Exactly.
You
That's
got
what
a
I'm
belly
saying.
full
I'm not
of
doing it.
white
You're the
dog
guy who's
shit.
eating shit. You're the guy who's going to eat anything to see God.
Yes.
Okay,
Easy
that's
enough.
what I'm saying. I'm okay. I'm okay with it.
I just want weed flavored weeds. All I'm saying.
I like when the pen craze for a little while was like banana,
Buddy?
Kush, nugget, nerds.
I had oatmeal. This fucked me up. What is their name? Apothecary
It's like
Extracts. I think I got a
Pringles.
sticker on my.
It's like fucking
Yeah, I do.
Pringles. It's
Apothecary
Pringles.
Extracts. I'm gonna give them some fucking. I'll give them some
Free plug?
props. Free plug and also some props. Those guys are making some. I've tasted some of their dabs and things like great weed flavored dabs. They got these fucking cartridges. I had an apothecary. It was iced oatmeal. So it was like you remember the old iced oatmeal cookies that you get in like the fucking.
What's making it taste like that?
Buddy, I don't know, but I'll be goddamn if I didn't hit that. And I'm like, that's like one of those fucking like crunchy little iced oatmeal cookies.
No.
What are you motherfuckers doing? And then the guy's like, you want to try cranberry kush? I'm like, well, fuck, I guess while we're here. Okay.
CBD?
Yeah. I guess while we're here, bud, let's give it a shot. And I'll be goddamned if it didn't taste just like fucking
Cranberry?
Thanksgiving cranberries. What the fuck? What are we? I just want to taste weed. I just want to taste weed, bud.
That's my cartridge. I just wanted to. If it doesn't taste like weed, I'm immediately suspect of everything about it. I'm like, this isn't real. Until recently, there's been little evidence from human studies about the anti-anxiety effects of taking CBD over a prolonged period of time. However, just last year, a randomized placebo study was published in which Japanese teenagers with social anxiety and avoidant personality disorder were given 300 milligrams of pure CBD or a placebo daily over 4 weeks. Here we go. Not only did CBD significantly decrease their anxiety, but half of the participants given the CBD expressed a wish to seek therapy or further treatment at the end of the study, while none of the placebo group mentioned any such desire. Mike's probably picked that one up, bud. In an open label retrospective study also published in 2019. Come on, guy. 72 psychiatric patients with anxiety or sleep disorder. So this is only 72 people. Sleep disorders were given between 25 and 175 milligrams of CBD a day alongside their existing psychiatric medications. But after 2 months of treatment, 78% of the patients reported feeling less anxious and 56% reported experienced improved sleep, which I think is probably two of the things I hear most.
No doubt.
About.
Well, when you traveled to Colorado with Project 422, that was some of these veterans hadn't slept in forever. And
the dude goes, I got 4 hours of sleep for the first time in years.
What
he
the
looked
fuck?
like
I mean,
he had been as refreshed as I've ever seen
buddy,
anyone.
that shit is, I mean, if you've ever been fucking up for a couple of days, like.
Dude, he said it had been like 12 years or something crazy. This was like a guy who had been in like the very first insurgency and like the late end of the Gulf War, I believe, and shit. So this is a guy who's been doing it for a while, man. And fucking to hear him say that, I was like, and I was the asshole who was going in there going, where's the highest percentage weed, bro?
Right.
And to hear him tell the bud tender that he's like, man. And he did a 1-to-1 ratio tincture. That's what he did. He did a 1-to-1 ratio tincture. Got fucking sleep like he never had before.
You know, man, I'm
And I
so
saw
blessed, dude.
I saw two of the hardest dudes ever. Two of the most phenomenal humans I've ever met. And they're veterans. And they're they just are living their friggin' lives. You know them both, Haney and Wolfie.
Yeah.
They're sharing a CBD milkshake. These
The
two
two of them
dudes,
with
these-
like a straw. Each of them got a straw. And they're just.
I don't think it was that, even though in my head I'm like, that had to be it. I think they had two, and we're like, shit, like, you taste this one, man. Because we were at a consumption lounge where I go, I'm going to smoke all my dabs tonight. I can't bring any of these home. I'm going to smoke them all. And I'm just going to see
Couldn't do it.
if I can freak out on weed. I'm just going to see if I can find that point where
I can
freak
appreciate
out.
that.
You know, I'm just like, I got to know. So I do it. And you can't smoke because everyone is hitting this dab rig that just sits on the table. So this dab rig's just going the whole time. But they had CBD shakes there. And to see these guys at one point, I'm kind of just watching. And he's like, oh, mine's melon berry. And he's like, oh, mine's banana strawberry or whatever. And he's like, well, try some of mine. And both these guys look tough as fucking nails. And they're sitting there, you know, to where both have hats on like this, kind of. We're sharing milkshakes now. This is the world I want to live in, where this happens in the consumption lounge. And then Kale's grandma, I'm outside having a smoke, and she rolls up in like a Taurus, and she's got a Ziploc bag filled with seeds. And she's like, is my grandson in there, Matthew? I have this
Matt Kale's
giant
grandma?
bag. I have
Fucking
this giant
awesome.
bag of seeds for him. So I'm like, one second.
Yeah, this is what you're born for.
Is there a mat here? Because your grandma's outside with a giant bag of weed seeds. And at this point, it's still foreign as fuck to me. When we first get there at the hotel, the guy's like, here, you guys want to see some of this medicinal stuff? And I'm like, ah. And he goes and puts it on the table and starts breaking it up in the lobby room next to the lobby.
It's the best.
And I'm like, what are we doing here, man? I don't know what's the play here, man. Is this cool? And he's like, yeah. And then the person comes in, and I'm like, here they come. They're gonna say, and they're like, hey, your rooms are about ready. And when you're smoking, we have a smoking area on the back there. And I was like, oh, freedom gives me a boner. Okay.
We're getting better.
On demand.
Fuck it. I'm a my
No,
dude.
you gotta
My dentist would be so disappointed with
No,
me.
he wouldn't.
Yeah, he's like,
Give me
oh,
the boner.
that's work.
Give me the boner sound.
I don't have it, bud.
Yeah, you do. We're gonna do it. There it is. There we go. There we go. We're not gonna let you. We're not gonna let you do that. Okay, that's one thing he taught me.
There it is. All right, let's figure.
Oh, he's got it.
There's no rules here. There's no frets on this thing. I don't have any frets on it.
Freedom gives me a boner. That's great. Oh man. Okay.
That's the funniest shit I've ever seen. Oh my god. It's hilarious.
A good time. All right, so we'll end this hour real quick with this, and then our third hour, I'll have this. I got another couple stories. Oh shit, that's the wrong one. But this is kind of an interesting one from CNN. Fake news.
Fake fucking news. CNN. Communist News Network. CNN.
So after all those studies we read from doctors and scientists, we get this from CNN. Today's high potency weed raises risk of anxiety and addiction.
Oh, fucking
addiction.
My ass.
And this is from May 27th, 2020.
Yeah, it was when we were all bored sitting at home fucking.
Wait, what did Dickhead say in his video? Pencil neck, pencil
Pencil
bow tie
dick?
thing? He said that most weed comes in tabs. Do you remember that? Like, what did he say in that video? In
Let me
tablets,
Google.
he's like, most
What
weed
does
comes-
pencil dick bow tie wearing Randall Williams say about weed? How come? Hang on, I just Googled Randall Williams and it said, "Oh, the guy with the most bored wife in the world. That guy." Jesus Christ, her pussy's an antiquity for Christ's sake.
That dude will outlick Poon better than you ever. He'll teach you things. You don't wear a bow tie and not lick pussy like a madman.
Dude, who cut his hair? Does he brush it with a balloon? What is this guy? Is a fucking clown.
That's pretty funny. What he does, and you look on Nate on Cannabis's video if you can find it. Maybe play it low. But he's like, most street weed is tablets or something. He said something crazy, and it My brain couldn't even register what the hell he was saying. If you're thinking of returning to the weed of your youth to ease the strain of the pandemic, you will soon discover a potent truth. Today's weed is nothing like yesterday's. Just 20 years ago, levels of tetrahydrocannabinol, the compound in cannabis known as THC that makes you high, was between 2% and 4% in most marijuana.
Sorry, honey.
Most, so they're pretty much admitting that, hey, you know, the whole failed war on drugs, a lot of that was CBD. About that. Sorry, guys. We fucking.
Yeah, just kidding.
We were fucking. It wasn't new weed that you got locked up for forever.
Can you imagine?
We won 14%.
Can you imagine?
Of the new stuff, though. We did 14%
It's
of the new stuff.
It's 2003. You're roaming. 2003. You're roaming the campus of Missouri. People were like, "Oh, I heard that you're the guy with some weed," and you showed them a bag of what CBD nugs look, what hemp nugs look like now.
God.
You could make a fucking fortune off of those fucking clown shoes.
I'd make $1 trillion. That's what I'd do. That's what I would do. And they'd be like, "I'm getting ripped, man. Whoa, I got a real peppery feel."
Yeah, look. This one's probably it's been sitting around a while. It's got a little BCP in it. It's got a little burn to it.
Oh yeah, it's got some fertilizer. They left some fert in there.
Dude,
Left
I
some
can't
fert,
look
dude.
at this fucking dude with his Gryffindor fucking bow tie. I gotta send this to our fucking. This is
He
this
looks
fucking.
just generally unhappy with his life.
That there, nobody is paying for that haircut. Is he using a Flowbee? What is going? I gotta pull this up.
He's got hair. I'll give him
Oh
that.
fuck that, dude! You're
I got a
looking
good
good
dome.
with you got a fucking good dome on you, bud. God dang, you are fucking dang, dude. You look fucking hard, bro. You got a motorcycle yet or what?
Oh, should I bring this back?
Oh, is that for the coach? Is that for Coach?
It's for anyone.
Anybody who wants a fucking, if you want it, you can get it.
No, this is Coach. I have made amends.
Yeah, whatever.
I mean, he's done in this town. It's just all a ploy. I'm gonna lure him in.
As soon as you get him in here,
and I'll destroy everything he's ever loved.
give him one.
Just 20. Oh, we
Give
already
you
did.
one, bud.
Use of any weed of any strength. Use of any weed at any strength has been linked to mental health disorders. And lab experiments have shown that higher doses of THC can cause greater memory impairment and temporary psychotic-like symptoms. I can't swing a dead cat without hitting a stoner who's having a temporary psychotic episode.
You got that right,
It's
Jack.
insane. But a few studies have examined how potency levels may affect behavior in real-world populations. A new study published Wednesday in the journal JAMA Psychiatry surveyed more than 1,000 UK residents who reported marijuana use in the last year. The study found high-potency weed users appear to have significant increases in the likelihood of developing generalized anxiety than those who smoke less robust strains of marijuana. What a weird way to kind of to
No doubt.
quantify that. In addition, high-potency weed users are more likely to use weed at least once a week, twice as likely to use illicit drugs in the past 12 months, and more than 3 times as likely to be tobacco smokers, according to the study. To our knowledge, this study provides the first general population evidence suggesting that the use of high-potency cannabis is associated with mental health disorders and addiction is what they drew from that. That people who smoke good weed also probably do mushrooms every once in a while and maybe blow a rail, maybe do some Molly. They might, they're living the best life they fucking possibly can. Sorry about you. Limiting the availability of high-potency cannabis, which this is what some of the dickheads in a roundabout way have said in the Missouri cannabis market, that we don't want a weed shop on every damn corner. We don't need weed.
Oh, that's
medicine where it's
Democratic
going
strategist
crazy.
Jack Cardetti, also the head of New Approach Missouri, explicitly said, we don't want dispensaries on every corner. These are the people that helped pass or helped put, I don't know, millions and millions of dollars forth for New Approach Missouri. In 2022, they're going to put together a bill for recreational. It's going to be the same farce as our fucking medical program is, that's only going to allow the companies that are currently in it. So the next time Jack Cardetti tells you that he has your best interests in mind, just fucking echo his words back to him that he hates weed as much as the fucking bow tie wearing prick that runs DHSS does. And let's fucking take this thing back and actually allow people to grow weed. I'm so tired of these fucking cunts.
Get out of the way.
Get out of my fucking way. You don't know shit. You don't know shit. Get away from me. Also, by the way, let me just ask you guys.
You may need like a pad.
Could that guy, who's cutting this guy's hair? What is he using? A Bic lighter? Maybe one of like a car lighter? What's going on? He's 6 years old, and he's still got haircuts like that. The fucking Gryffindor bow tie. This fucking guy thinks weed is the same as fucking opiates. This Missouri is the guy in charge of your fucking weed program. This fucking nerd.
He has no idea what.
Jeff Spicoli would shit his pants if he knew that this was the guy that was making weed available to fucking Missourians.
Listen,
Fuck him.
I still love him as a
I
human
don't.
being,
I
and
don't
got
love him
room
as a
for
human.
him.
I think
got
he's a
room for him.
shitbag.
Did you see the guy in the background who's literally has just quit life?
The guy in the fucking background's like, Jesus Christ, this guy again? He's like, I'm 112 years old, and even I know all this shit he's saying about weed isn't true.
Did you find the video of him saying it's tablets or something? Can we
Dude,
go
he's cutting his hair with a Flowbee. It sucks while it cuts.
I'm just saying, he's got hair. If he wants to change his mind and come talk to us,
He doesn't want to change
and
his
learn,
mind, Steve. Stop.
If he wants to learn,
Stop giving him the benefit of the doubt. He doesn't
Okay,
want
he's
to
a
change
piece
his
of
mind.
shit,
He's
you're
a
right.
piece of fucking shit.
Okay, you're right. You got me.
You want me to find? You want me to find a video of him being an
No, we're
asshole?
good,
I'm
we're
sure I
good.
can do. Let me just lob a fucking softball up to Google. Hey, Google. Hey, Google. Has anybody got? Hey, Siri. Can you tell me some of the dumb shit that Randall Williams has said about cannabis in the last couple of years?
I don't know how to respond to
You
that.
wouldn't know how to respond to that because Apple is fucking censoring speech the same way that Amazon and Google is. So why would I ask you fucking anything, Siri, you useless piece of garbage? Sorry,
We're
guys.
gonna find that probably after we'll play it.
We'll get it
probably
during the break. You want to hear what he has to say about
I think
fucking
it just says tablets, and I just want to be. I forget what it says. Something so dumb. Maybe someone has seen the made on
weed
cannabis
tablets. Let's just
No,
fucking.
no. I mean, it's just look.
No,
up
you're
made on
probably
cannabis.
right. He probably said something like that. Here we go. Let's see here. Let's just see here. Let's see here. Missouri medical marijuana trial focuses on alleged role of insiders on license rules. This is from the Joplin Globe, which right now I think they're picking up a lot of the story because our friends at Sarcoxy's at Sarcoxy Nursery, I don't know how to say this, but they were fucking fisted on this deal. If you've ever been through Sarcoxy, Missouri, not exactly a fucking booming metropolis. And they've got orchards. They've got a fucking several 100-year-old fucking setup, and they put a bunch of money into this. But guess who got it? One of the insiders, man. One of the insiders got one for fucking Sarcoxy, fucking Missouri. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, let's see here. Let's just see what.
I got it.
You found it? I took an oath to uphold the Constitution, so that to me trumps everything, DHSS Director Randall Williams testified in court on Thursday. When you start saying, if I had it up to me, or I did this, or I just don't think of it that way, I made it very clear from the get-go that people overwhelmingly voted for this, and they voted for it the way it was written. What a fucking way to turn. Yeah, the way it was written was a minimum of licenses, not license caps. You fucking nerd. Shortly after the amendment's passage in 2018, Williams began to hear from many people interested in sharing their input, he testified on Thursday. One of those was Mitch Myers, who is now the CEO of one of the companies that was granted a medical marijuana license. Well, they were granted several medical marijuana licenses, if we're being honest. They were granted all three. They're one of the few vertically integrated companies, which means they control all of the cost of their products. Yet, they're still charging $67 an eighth. Get the fuck out of here. One of those. Go back. Is that on Nate on Cannabis?
Yeah.
Shout out to Nate on Cannabis. Put that in the
He's the
microphone.
man.
Shout out to Nate on Cannabis for the editing, for the work done on this. And I know Casey Weedblog was the one that like got the feed to where we could
Really?
all watch that
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
I mean, we got some people doing some stuff.
And sell marijuana and make marijuana. 80% of medical marijuana is tablets.
80% of medical marijuana is tablets.
God, he's
What
just
does that mean?
he's insufferable, dude. He's insufferable.
What does that mean?
Is he a gynecologist? Is that his deal? Is that his deal?
I would
Because for
think
somebody with
more
such an intimate knowledge
A
of a vagina
fucking-
could certainly know how to fucking use one.
Jesus, man. Yeah, that's pretty
Okay,
much it.
Bednar produced emails that show Myers reaching out to speak with Williams multiple times in November of 2018. After the amendment passed, Williams said at that point, mind you, Myers had not won a license because none of the licensing had been granted. After the amendment passed, Williams said he knew he had to quickly assemble a team. Yeah, Avengers Assemble. You're fucking Captain America, bud. And that the department didn't have expertise on the subject. Steve, the crazy thing is that just nobody in all of Missouri knew anything about weed. It's a fucking new thing.
Yeah, it's new.
It's a new fucking thing.
We'll figure it out though. We'll with our.
You know where
gracious
I'm gonna go
leaders.
look? I'm gonna go look in the econ hall at fucking Columbia. Let's go to the fucking economics lab. Let's check in with those weed experts. Fucking nerds.
You got a mic in there? You want to tell your story about talking to? Okay, because
You don't wanna- hey, you don't wanna-
DHSS, they're there to help.
You don't
with
want to
some
get me all boned up?
They're here to help with some of the conversations, but a lot of times they're like, "Well, we don't really know. We can't really help you." You're coming through loud and clear in here.
I got you. I am
Coming
gonna
through
take
loud, and
him
he's
down
touching
on
buttons.
the
Craig is
control
touching
room a little
buttons. They're
bit
both
here.
touching buttons right now. This is amazing. This is amazing. I can hear you perfectly in here. Are we getting them on the live feed here? God, we got a whole thing going here.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take his talk back down out here a little bit.
Okay.
We're good. Yeah,
That sounds
better.
great.
Much more better. Yep.
That sounds great. Maybe, that's sultry. Maybe bring him up in here just a touch. Where's he at?
That's my owner.
Oh, ow!
Doesn't
That one
hurt.
sounded like hurt.
It doesn't hurt.
Which one is ours when him's voice is
right there?
That one. The one with Blaine.
Hello. All right.
Okay.
So I've got a lot to say on that whole subject with those people, and I don't have a lot of time right now to talk about it. But there's no doubt that the education in cannabis was pretty low everywhere on that end, and there were a lot of people from, and one is Mitch Myers that I'm aware of, and I heard that through secondhand, but firsthand I heard, even John Curtis say to me personally, I've helped write some of these questions. So what's going on there?
Insider baseball. Right
Yeah,
there.
it is, and they know I know that stuff was just funny. So, I've got a book I'm writing. We're gonna come out and talk about that later on. But
Can't wait.
yeah, I'm excited because it's a really long story, and there's a lot of cool people involved that didn't get things they deserved, and they worked really hard for it, and a lot of other people that actually got paid to consult and.
That's the biggest fucking racket of them all.
Yeah, that was the biggest fucking racket. My opinion after, 15 years in the business selling pipes and working with other, states that were legal, it had absolutely zero value in any of this to anybody that I talked to throughout the whole industry. In fact, everybody just kind of turned away and said, that guy is off the charts, and he's not always positive, which is a big problem. That's why we're here. That's exactly why we're here, because we're going to make sure that those guys live up to all that crap they kept slinging while they were trying. We know better. We all know better. It's a big pile of crap.
Well, Jason, I got good news for you, pal.
Good.
Because we just reached 100 messages.
Anyway.
You did that for us, Jason.
All right. Well, I doubt that. But anyway, you guys have a wonderful morning. I got
Thank
other
you,
things to
Jason.
do.
We'll get into it some more. We do this every day.
Yeah.
Jason's here supporting us. We are just trying to take our friends. We don't want our friends to get fucking taken advantage of.
Which they did.
What it all boils down to is you fuck with my boys, you fuck with my team, my tribe, well, then you fucked with me, bud. And that's where we're living right now. All of us have, and it's not fucking sour grapes. It's you didn't get a fucking chance. We didn't have the fucking right connections or the right amount of money. And it was an old boys network just like they always try to do. It's not fucking rocket fucking surgery. It's not rocket surgery.
It's not.
Okay, so what are we doing? Just let it free, baby.
Well, I mean, that's the deal. Just give me a fair shake. Let's all play the same game.
Let's all go.
Let's all play the same game.
Let's see what happens.
Let's line up at the same line. Let's all start in the same place. Let's fucking fire the gun in the air and let's race. Let's see who does it. Yeah.
I'm going to beat Jason, though. That's what I know. I'm faster than him. He keeps saying he's faster than me, and I'm here to say that's a fucking sick joke. It's a sick joke.
I'm much, much faster.
No, you keep trying, bud. Keep trying. All right, guys, we're going to go to break. We'll be back after these messages.
A long one or a short one?
A long one, obviously.
Oh, hey. It's Adam McChesney with Ms. Marketing. We specialize in lead generation, filling your pipeline, and taking care of your payments. Give us a call today.
Adam from Ms. Marketing took me from 10 leads to 300 leads in a month, and I became the strongest boy in the schoolyard.
He increased the revenue for my fit charter fishing business by 30% in 1 month. Ms. Marketing.
What was that Facebook algorithm? What was that Instagram? Ms. Marketing.
I know it's late, baby, but you got me thinking about my dream home.
Yeah, girl. You know, Bungeon Property Group doesn't just sell houses, they sell dreams. You know when the best time to talk about dreams is? In the middle of the night. That's why Bungeon Property Group is famously open 24 hours a day, so you can whisper sweet nothings in the middle of the night. Oh yeah. Tell me all your dreams of white picket fences, in-ground pools, and I'll find them for you. In an area with a low crime rate, general proximity to nice parks, walking distance to the grocery store, easy access to the highways. A place where you can offer a quality education to your children, all while feeling safe in your front yard while they play. Let me talk that dream house talk to you. Let me be your dream realtor. Adam Bondred.
Hey, DJ Shabba.
Hey, ladies. I'm gonna smoke a little weed, boy.
I wanna grow some trees, boy.
When I grow all the weed that I smoke,
And I blow all the trees that he grows.
and I smoke all the weed that I grow,
And I grow all the trees that he smokes.
well, I'm growing and I'm smoking.
So I go see Bo.
And I'm smoke what I grow, yeah.
Grow active solution.
And I'm growing the hydro.
Bo knows hydro.
And I'm growing the hydro.
Grow active solutions.
Bono hydro. Bono hydro. Bono hydro. Bono how to grow. Bono how to grow. Grow active solution. Bono how to grow. Grow active solution.
I'm an outlaw, check it and see. Wanted poster looking like me. Checking the swamp man for a pretty girl. Being an outlaw in an outlaw world. Hey, I'm an outlaw, check it and see. Wanted poster looking like me. Walking my hound dog, surfing that swamp. Catching crow that do the sweetly stomp. Everybody do the sweetly stomp. It's a stomp. It's a wiggle, turn around, a little tickle. It's a stomp, Move your feet. Head on down to Sweet Leaf. Head on down to Sweet Leaf. Head on down to Sweet Leaf.
Dude, man, get on down to Sweet Leaf Emporium and do that Sweet Leaf stomp, man.
Hey guys, it's me, Kippy the Crazy Koala Bear, and I'm here to tell you about James Carlton Insurance.
Kids, quiet down.
It's the best.
Kids, quiet down and listen to Kippy.
Grown-ups need insurance, and Uncle James can help.
Right on.
Grown-ups need insurance. He's got the best reviews on Yelp. Grown-ups need insurance if they want to protect their house.
Yes, sir.
Grown-ups need insurance if they want to properly bury a spouse.
That's a bit morbid.
Grown-ups need insurance if they drive a truck.
Okay.
Grown-ups need insurance just so they don't get...
Whoa, Kippy, you can't...
Well, I was just going to say
cannot.
get in trouble.
Okay, well, it
you
sounded
don't
like
wanna
you were going
get
to
in trouble.
say something else. James Carlton, State Farm Insurance. You can find him online at carltoninsurance.net, or you can call him at 314-961-4800.
Native hemp inside of me. 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 I got 1,800 milligrams going real good down my throat. When I wake up in the morning and I need a pick-me-up, well, I grab my bottle of native hemp and I splash it on my tongue. Lap, lap, lap. Native hemp inside of me. Native hemp inside of me. Native hemp inside of me. Native hemp inside of me.
Native hemp extract, available at HoosierSophisticate.com. Enter code HOSO, H-O-S-O, at checkout for an additional 30% off.
Hold on to your titty.
Hey, welcome back. Make
Hey,
a sweet
Bruce,
leaf
don't tell
song.
us what the fuck to do. Brian, how you feeling, buddy? You fuck with me, I'll put my foot in your ass. Good morning, Will O'Donnell. I got word last night. Did you hear from Seth?
That
him
he's in
and Will
on,
are
he's in on
working
a
some of
writing.
your teeth. Okay,
I got
you
it
good?
good that time. It's the first time I've really busted it.
Can I
that's
try
what I get.
it?
Yeah, I wish you would.
Is that gross?
No.
You heard that right?
Not as easy as it looks, huh?
You heard that right?
I mean, I've made it look real easy, I know, over the last couple days.
Fuck.
Got to go in between your teeth, Paolo. Not your lips, though. Your teeth do have to be on it. There it is. It's tough. It's in there somewhere. I'm gonna be the best juice heart player in the world. That's my new.
Don't rub it off.
I don't. We just talked to Brian Kessler. The guy's had COVID, for Christ's sake. Like,
I know. If it would have got anybody, would have been that one.
yep.
Just kidding.
Oh
Just
man!
kidding. I love
Come
that
on,
guy.
buddy.
Shout
We missed him
out
at our
to his
last two
family.
Spanish
I know,
Spanish Society parties. What
I
the
love
fudge?
that guy. I've had some really sweet ass times with that freak.
Me too. Me
Some
too.
real
One time,
sweet
he and
ass
I
times.
we frolicked in a river of shit. One time.
Why?
Got me all
God
boned up.
Did it?
Unabashedly the best juice harp player. Thank you.
Juice harp. Unabashedly. I've been really living up to your word, Travis.
Dude, I like how Makate just put it right into the rotation.
He's
He
great.
starts fucking dancing around. We're gonna have him on tomorrow.
We
Tomorrow's
are,
Wednesday.
and I
We're gonna-
love that.
The 9
yes.
o'clock hour, we're going to have Makate on. What are we going to talk about? We'll figure it out. Guess who we got
figure
coming
it
in tonight? We
We'll
might want to
figure
go home for a little bit today because we got work to do tonight, pal. Guess who's coming in?
Is he?
He is 100% coming
Is
in.
he?
Just confirmed.
Yes.
He's bringing his
Alright, I'm going home
his
after this. I'll let
keyboard
Jason
and his
do
loop
this.
pedal, and we're going to get weird tonight in the studio.
Craig, you were talking about it last night, and it's how Silicon Valley has reacted to all of the chaos going on in our world, and how I have seen how they let the president of Venezuela keep his Twitter account, and when there was an insurrection in Venezuela, they took an MRAP, one of those, I don't know, maybe it's not, but it's like a vehicle shaped like
Looks like a Bradley fighting
diamond,
vehicle. Yeah.
and they run people down.
The president of Venezuela did.
Yes.
Yeah.
He might as well be in the fucking car. And there's a protesters, and they're like, yeah, and they're running. These guys are just doing maneuvers back and forth over the protesters, and they're all like, no. Finally, one guy's like, Molotov cocktail. The whole thing's up in flames. Well, they got another truck that just goes around. There's a hose on it. They're like, psh, puts it out. Now they're going back. I was like, holy shit, Twitter doesn't worry about this fucking guy. Holy shit. Now, maybe he wasn't talking on Twitter. And I don't really have a problem with, like I said, I think it's, go ahead, bury yourselves. Do all this shit, you dumb idiots. But this is a nice breakdown from CNET that is all of pretty much the major players and so many more things besides the Parler, Amazon, Parler, Google Store, Google Play Store, all of that stuff. So we know Twitter permanently banned Trump. Trump. I did love to see that one with him with the mustache. And it was like...
the fucking John Barron or something. Yeah. Great.
That was pretty good. So Facebook, the world's biggest social network, banned Trump indefinitely as well. He will be off the platform at least through January 20th. When Biden is sworn in as the next president, Zuckerberg
If I was him, I'd have an you know what I'd do? If I was him.
Murder count?
No, because I'm an asshole. You want to do that? Fine. Fine. I'll play your game. Emergency broadcast. I'd have every channel fucking locked down, and I would be an emergency broadcast. Just me, just fucking whatever, watching fucking TV.
Playing solitaire.
Yeah, just emergency broadcast, just fucking all the cameras pointing at me. That game you want to play? Cool.
I'm the president.
I'm the fucking president of the fucking free world. You're gonna watch me watch Sanford and Son.
The free world.
Right, yeah, we got fucking 51 fucking percent fucking incarceration rate. That's what I would do, because I'm a jerk off. They think he's a jerk off? If you fucking want to take me, dude, I get banned from Facebook. I'm like, these motherfuckers.
They'll pay.
If I was the president and they did that, I'm like, hey, guys,
That's funny.
emergency broadcast system, do me a favor. Throw on, let's find something real tough. Family Ties. Put on. Everybody's gonna watch me watch Family Ties in my fucking underwear, and I'm just gonna give fucking. I'm just gonna give a little commentary on the subtle nuances of the fucking Keaton family.
You got your laptop open in the room, and you're like, oh, that looks like Al Zahari's brother going into the Facebook complex there. Hey, we got one of them predators.
Yeah.
We got one of
There's terrorists walking into One Hacker Drive. Light it up, boys. That's what I mean. That's I'm spiteful though. I'm spiteful.
Facebook said Monday it's freezing political spending following last week's awful violence in D.C. We are pausing all of our PAC contributions for at least the current quarter while we review our policy.
Fuck you. Here's the thing. This is the fucking best part ever. Twitter's like, this is and look, I get it. I'm surprised it took this long. Like I would think that they really shouldn't be able to ban like the official president's account on Twitter. But this guy, he don't give a fuck. And so, like, he just does it from his personal one. So I'm surprised it took
Real
this long.
Donald
I'm
Trump.
surprised it took this long to do it. However,
Is this really real? Is this
at real Donald Trump, I think, is what it was. That was before the big blue
I know,
check mark
that's
craze.
hilarious.
But
dude.
here's the funny thing.
Not the
You
fake
can't say that he's violating terms of inciting violence. You can't say that.
Why?
And then have the #1 trending hashtag on fucking Twitter be
that's interesting.
hang
you say that.
Mike Pence.
You do it. That's weird because both Twitter and Facebook now have decided they will remove the hashtag Stop the Steal.
Oh, Jesus Christ. But not hang Mike Pence.
Not hang Mike Pence.
Fuck. I get it. It's your thing. Like, it's your toy. You get to make the rules for how people play with it. It's fine. It's fine. Just be consistent. That's all I've been asking for the last fucking 12 years. You know, I moved from one party. I'm like, wait a minute. I like to think that I was voting this way on principle. And then what I did is I kept married to those principles and not necessarily the party who purported them. Because when we see both of these parties go into power, they shit all over these principles.
Sure.
So it's like, at some point, you got to hold your friends accountable. It's the same reason I'm calling fucking the fucking Clover. Same reason I'm calling them jerk offs for having 130,000 square feet of fucking manufacturing space and not a drop of RSO on the fucking shelf.
Yep.
Because I'm your friends, and we've been going to the fucking events for the last 3 years, being friends and building this community, and you're not acting like a good person. And as a friend, I need to let you know you're acting like an asshole, because when the ones that love you tell you you're acting like an asshole, it makes you change your fucking course.
That means something.
So change your fucking course. Same thing going on here. You don't stand for fucking anything. How come people stand for free speech when it only applies to them? When I hear fucking far left people talk about, oh, it's a free market and they're a private company and they can do what they want, I'm like, it's about time you fucking got it.
Yeah.
It's about fucking time you got it. To the transverse of that, when I hear
Who's usually complaining about like the cakes and stuff?
the left, yeah. And that was decided. And honestly, philosophically, like, look, I think if you're a baker that refuses to bake a cake for somebody, like, I think that your idea of spirituality and your communication with God is lacking. But I also recognize that you pay all of your bills. You handle all that is your business to do.
Yeah,
with
what
it.
if like the KKK came in and they're like, we need a cake that
You gotta bake it?
like,
You gotta bake it? You gotta bake a Nazi cake? You gotta do it? No, you
Yeah,
don't.
yeah.
You don't have to do it any more than you have to do anything else. And I'm not comparing those two
being
things.
gay and being Nazi.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
not.
saying they're the
I'm
same
not doing
deal.
that. But what I am saying is if I'm fucking paying the rent on my place of business, it's my thing.
Yeah.
It's my thing,
get
and
you.
you can't tell me what to do with it.
I get you.
And you can say, well, it's rooted in hate. I don't give a fuck what it's rooted in. It doesn't matter. I pay my bills. You don't. Fuck off. Take your. I don't like people that wear fucking blues shirts. Get the fuck out of my business. That's what we do. That's how. Yeah. That's how it goes.
Yeah.
That's how it should.
I like
go.
places like that. They'll throw you out for
Dude,
nothing.
what's the guy down in fucking Shaw? Babe, if you're still watching, is it Nick's or something like? Not
They
Nick's.
treat you like shit.
It's a pizza joint,
Yeah.
and this dude he runs it by himself. One of the best pizzas you'll ever eat in your fucking life. He answers the phone. What the fuck do you want? That's how he answers the phone. Hey, can I get a pepperoni? I guess. Do you want a fucking pepperoni? Yeah, you can. Would you like one? Like, the guy just talks to you like garbage, and you're like, I don't think I like it. I don't think I like this. And then you fucking bite it. And there's places like that in Chicago and Vegas and stuff like that. This guy, I'm not even sure if it started. I don't think it's a gimmick. Like, I think he's just like, he's just a cantankerous fucker. And Kevin's, thank you. Kevin's Pizza. It's on Cherokee. It's one of the best fucking zaz you'll ever wrap your fucking lips around, as long as you can get through the beratement. Thank you. Thank you, Allison, Christine. Thank you, babe.
Facebook is maybe the 15-year-old brother that's teaching the kids how to be a dick. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, they're all babies with more power than they can handle.
Steve's smoking CBD, and it just hits a little hard this morning.
Why you coughing, Steve? Because I'm...
Yeah, it's not a gimmick. He's just a cunt. But he's a cunt that makes great pizza. And so guess what I get to decide? I get to decide if I'm going to give him money for pizza and get called a name for it.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
Because you've taken your units of life.
That's right.
That are now money.
What I've traded my time for,
yeah,
I get to spend it how I see fit. Same thing goes for someone's labor.
And
what they spend their fucking precious time doing, which is not worth anything more to anybody else than it is the other, they get to decide how they disperse that.
How hard is it to rival Google and Amazon? Like, how hard would it be for a company to rival them quickly?
Right now?
Yeah.
Nearly impossible.
It
I mean, that's what I was talking
what
about last
Parler
night.
did in such a short time.
Okay. Right. But then look what happened in the face of that. Now, I think somebody like John McAfee is going to pop up.
Yeah.
And he's going to say, "Oh, you need web hosting for free speech?"
That's what I was thinking.
Okay.
There's got to be
So
a
it
few
might
of
be a
those
little
rogues
while.
out there.
And I hope that this is the demise of big tech. I truly do. I think
I
they
can
got
see Elon Musk going, yeah, free internet, free
I-
everything,
dude,
free
dude,
storage,
no
free
doubt.
nothing.
No doubt.
free-
I mean, this is a really hard thing for people to agree with, but it should be okay for us to gather, to assemble, and to talk about anything we want, including insurrection. That's how we fucking got here. Guys meeting in fucking pubs, having a place to fucking talk about this
We got
stuff.
a picture coming out of us meeting in a pub.
We do. We do. It's coming out soon. I mean, people pay sex workers to talk to them worse than that pizza dude charge. No, I mean, no doubt.
Man, I used to call them 1-800 number because 1-900 would cost money.
Mhm.
And I was such a dirty little pervert at like 12 and 13 that all I needed was the chick talking to me on the 1-800 number. Like, hey.
Did you call me now for your free reading?
Miss Chloe? Miss Cleo? Miss Cleo.
Miss Cleo.
No. Google, the search giant, has suspended Parler, a social network popular with far-right users, from the Google Play Store for distributing Android apps. The Parler app will remain suspended until the social network, which was used to promote the insurrection, is what they're fucking just calling it
fine.
now,
Call it what you want.
addresses its content moderation issues. Google said it's freezing all political contributions coming from its political action committee, NetPAC.
Oh, is that right? Where do you think a majority of those political contributions went? Fuck you.
Google said it will review and reassess the PAC's policies following last week's deeply troubling events. That's what, like, all these people are like, it's the most troubling thing that has ever happened to us. The USA is the worst it's ever been. You need saving, right?
It's ridiculous.
It's the worst it's
That
ever
savior complex shit
been.
is so.
Oh, guys, isn't it so bad? This guy made
It's
it
the
so
same
bad
reason
for
why
you.
I have a hard time with like 45-year-old broads from Chesterfield. Like, I don't need you to fucking save me. Your idea of what the fucking world should look like ain't mine. All of us see this thing in a different fucking scope. You're not saving me from myself. You're not saving any of us from ourselves.
Don't think you're.
Stop doing that.
You're
You're not that fucking important.
I'll choose. Like, when you talk about how we need to let the not the elite, but the people who are charmed, the people who are gifted, let the exceptional lead the way. I want to make a choice if I want to follow somebody into battle, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's the human experience. That's the whole deal. I want to be fired up. People do dumb shit all the time. I'm okay with that. Just let me have the option to do whatever I want. Buddy, I watched something last night, and I'm going to try to look for it. I'll probably have to look for it.
I went home and went straight to
yeah, I turned it on my. Oh, I got food and put it on while I was at McDonald's. Bayless is fucking trash now. Jack in the Box always has cones set up. Taco Bell's like,
dude, Taco Bell on Bayless.
we're doing
I've
shift change.
never seen people care less about making money. Every time I've ever been
They
there,
go
it's
shift
gonna be
change.
25 minutes before you can get a taco.
They go into the parking lot.
You guys roasting a fucking bone? Which
What
that's
are
cool.
you
I'll
doing?
smoke with you.
That's fine.
Well, I'll take time
Get
with
it
you.
done, guys.
Yeah,
Like,
fuck it,
still
just
get
fuck
it
it. Let's
done.
go.
The car in front of me got food. So I go to Taco Bell last night on the way home. I go to the window, and they're like, it's going to be 15 minutes. We got shift change. And I'm like, shift change?
That shit is a lie.
Shift change?
Why is the shift change always at different times?
The car in front
It's
of
7
me.
o'clock. It's 9:15. It's
Yeah, no, it
11:30.
doesn't
There's no.
matter. It
When's
doesn't
your
matter.
shift change, motherfucker?
The car ahead of me is getting food, but I don't know. I have no idea what's going on. The car ahead of me is in line. I can't see them. I haven't turned around yet. So they tell me 15 minutes. I'm going to have to wait in the parking lot. Well, I'm not going to reverse through this thing. I'm going to go through the line. And I see there's a car stopped at the window. I'm like, this fucking fool's going to wait 15 minutes at the window to get his food? No. I'm freaking out. A car comes behind
And
me
you're pinned.
and just pulls in behind me.
You're
I'm like,
pinned.
this guy's going to wait 15 minutes
That's
in the
what
line?
bumpers are for,
I'm
bud.
going to freak out.
That's
man.
what bumpers are
I'm
for, Pat.
trapped. I'm like a fucking rat in here. I'm trapped. So finally, the guy ahead of me gets food. 5 minutes goes by. The guy ahead of me gets food because now I'm hanging out my window. I'm hanging out my window going, what's going on? I'm not waiting 15 minutes. I'm stuck here. If you guys want to wait 15 minutes, but this guy's like, I'm not losing my fucking place in line. But he's getting food.
Sure.
So he's like, oh, I got my food and left. And I'm like, oh, I was the first motherfucker to catch the shift change. That's ridiculous. So while I went to McDonald's, which God bless McDonald's just for giving me a hot meal late at night. I don't try to eat McDonald's often.
Oh, it's fine. They set the standard for fast food. Ask Will O'Donnell. Will O'Donnell was saying that.
It's amazing.
They set the standard.
They do.
They still set the standard. They're the guys that now you go to a McDonald's. There's I don't know that I've been to a McDonald's that doesn't have. Right. None of them are single fucking lane anymore.
Yep. They're
Let's go. Now, with that being said, if everybody could adopt the Chick-fil-A model, that'd be great. Because I got places to be. I got to stop eating all that bullshit anyway.
It's good every once in a while. But so then I'm there. So I put on this movie, and it's MK Ultra. I was telling you about it, I believe.
Ask Will O'Donnell. We'll like that idea.
I like that. That'd be a great segment.
I would love an Ask
I would
Will O'Donnell
love
segment.
that.
Thursdays with Will O'Donnell. Ask him anything you want. The
whatever.
guy is filled with fucking great
Knowledge,
advice. He's
all of it.
He's a steady voice.
We'll have questions from the audience that we collect through the week.
I like it. He fits the demo, because our show has been lacking, middle-aged white guys with middle-of-the-road opinions.
100%. People said, "Can we get more of that?"
Is there any way we could
we
up
add
the
to that?
Caucasian? Is there
Yeah,
any way we
middle-aged
could
guy.
pump the Caucasian male voice up on this?
We're
show?
doing it. We're figuring out a way.
We
to
will
do
do
it.
it.
We're breaking barriers.
We will do it.
We're breaking down barriers.
Absolutely, pal.
It's MK Ultra, and they showed this propaganda video about warning U.S. citizens about what communists are going to do, and they're like, they're going to try to manipulate the media. They're going to try to tell you it's horrible in other places. See, this is a video from Russia, and it's like, this is America. See Wall Street? Here is Wall Street where it's big buildings. Now here is the slums where the people who work there live. And it shows like 1950s America in a slum. And they're like, the rich elite have all the power and wealth, and the workers work in this. See, capitalism is not all it is cracked out to be. And I'm watching this thing, and I'm like, what the fuck? Is this made now? And it's like a fucking spoof, but you can tell it's old. The people in it look like a different breed of human. They look like the older type of people. The propaganda,
Communists
they broke down the propaganda playbook that they're using on the people. They broke it down and said the communists are going to do this to you.
Yeah, sure.
And then the whole playbook,
and it goes the opposite
wild.
way.
I am going to edit it
say
down
the
to
same.
a video.
Marxists say the
I'm
same
gonna
thing.
edit it down to a video. It's gonna blow your fucking mind, bud.
I'm into it, and I will.
It's
I
gonna
would
blow
love to
your
check
mind.
it out. Okay, all right, that sounds fucking awesome. Is it the mind control one? Because I started that one before.
Oh, farts. Which one is it?
I'll check it out.
There's so many.
There are a ton. Amazon's got no shortage of those things.
There's like a show from St. Louis on there. It's hilarious.
Well,
Like,
George
it's the
Norrie's
most
from
low.
St. Louis, coast to coast.
This is what it is. American Mind Control, MK Ultra.
Okay, I'm into it.
I'll
check
show
it
you
out.
it after.
I'm into it. We'll play it while we're
Oh
clipping
my
down the show.
God.
Anywho,
Anywho's.
tell that to the Marines. Tell that to Will O'Donnell. Diverse voices. Yeah, but that's all we're trying to do.
Okay.
I went to McDonald's last night and got a day's worth of calories for $7. I heard. See, and if you think of it that way,
That's the deal.
if you're just looking at caloric intake, it's a tough value to
Ooh,
be.
I heard Will maybe playing a part on an upcoming segment.
Yeah, I know what it is. I know what it is.
Devin knows
And
what's up.
I'm very excited about it. That segment, by the way, is going to be great. We got a couple skits that we're currently compiling videos of. Look, we went camping, okay? I went on a little journey.
Wow.
I went on a walkabout.
Wow, you're gone for a hot minute.
I found myself in a situation.
Which is fine. You usually do that.
I found myself in a situation. It was a little bigger than I was ready to. I did a little bigger than so we got it got a little crazy. Ended up in the Capitol. A lot of good people on both sides. A lot of good people.
Your buddy Joe's down there.
It's the fucking best. It's the fucking best. So anyway,
That's my
I
favorite,
don't
those
want.
pictures they clipped of you.
It's fucking great.
Your face.
This one.
Yes. How is that not trending all over the world?
Oh, I changed it to my profile picture, so maybe we need to get it. Maybe we need to get it on the gram too.
YouTube. Google-owned YouTube said it accelerated a policy to issue strikes on any account that posts videos making false claims.
It's ridiculous.
About election fraud to be effective immediately. The company announced a policy update against election fraud claims last month, but allowed a grace period.
Ridiculous.
Under YouTube rules, 3 strikes within a 90-day period results in a permanent ban.
For 4 years. 4 years we have heard that Russia fucking determined our election. 4 solid fucking years. Not just YouTube videos, every fucking major news outlet.
Yeah.
They beat this drum for 4 fucking years, and now all of a sudden it's against their fucking policies. I mean, just fucking be honest about who you are. That's all I'm saying. Fucking be consistent.
Twitter has permanently banned Trump, the risk of further incitement of violence. Twitter purged the accounts of high-profile supporters of QAnon, which I'd heard today. I think they deleted another 60,000 QAnon accounts.
I guess that's a good thing. I can't make sense of it. I just need people to be consistent.
They let that shit play out. You don't get to control the QAnon people. Have a better idea.
I got done early giving myself a good tug to Kay Adams on Good Morning Football, so I thought I'd drop and say good morning. Thanks, Devin.
Come on, Devin. God dang. Listen, they say the baseless story falsely states that a cabal of Satan-worshipping sex traffickers controls the
nobody
government.
wants to believe it, bud.
We will permanently suspend the accounts that are solely dedicated to sharing QAnon content.
So what happens when an elite sex cabal is actually real?
That's what I'm saying. They've already
determined
defense against it. Like, it's amazing how they are children, and you ever get a bad liar child that's like, did you do that? Like, I didn't do that at all. We're not doing that. That's obviously baseless. Like, it's baseless. I never did that. I'm just going to deny it. You're like, no, I saw you do it. They're like, no, I didn't do it. You have no idea. Oh, I didn't do that. Everybody, this guy's crazy. I didn't do it. And they're like, no, but we have all kind of these weird things going on that lead up to something weird going on here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, that's what you think. It's not that. Okay, moving on. And it's like, we never really have. Apple followed Google's lead and removed Parler from iPhones. The company sent a letter to Parler requiring it to implement a moderation policy for content inciting violence. Amazon cut off hosting for Parler on web services, which rents server space to other companies. The social network immediately responded with a lawsuit that's saying that Amazon breached its contract. The company will reportedly pause donations to lawmakers who voted against the certification of the election. Twitch, our guys, owned by Amazon, banned Trump's account given the current extraordinary circumstances on the president's incendiary rhetoric. We believe that this is a necessary step to protect our community and prevent Twitch from being used to incite further violence.
Fuck you guys, man.
Fuck you guys. Microsoft, it's paused political contributions in the wake of the attack. What's up with everybody shutting PACs down? Like,
oh, well, it would be very interesting to people to understand why companies like Google and Facebook
are donating
and
to
Amazon
Democrats?
and Microsoft are donating billions to both parties.
Oh,
why would they do that? Whenever you donate to political parties, aren't you kind of getting behind an ideology, or are you just buying people to let you do whatever the fuck you want to do?
That's so.
Oh,
weird.
you're donating to Democrats and Republicans, the only people that stand in the way of you being regulated like a fucking telecommunications utility, like every phone company in America. You're doing that?
That's what.
No.
It blew my mind that some of the top contributors to Bush's campaign, like, were some of the top contributors to Obama's.
100%.
And I was like, what? Like, some of, like, just people. And I was like, oh no, people pick winners. People pick winners. That's what they do. They don't care.
No, it's not even that. They're not picking winners. They're hedging bets.
Okay. Are they trying to pick winners? Is that the deal?
Now, you might give a little more to one or the other.
Oh.
They're hedging bets, and
Gotcha.
you have so much that you
They're
can
not putting
donate.
it all on
You have so
one.
much that you can donate. All of that, by the way, is a write-off. And that's how companies like Amazon make hundreds of billions of dollars and pay almost no tax.
Snapchat locked Trump's account the day after the Capitol Hill attack. He can't even get on Snapchat anymore. Reddit banned the popular subreddit r Donald Trump. And they
why?
They took away the admin's status on the conspiracy site. Airbnb said it won't make donations to Republicans.
Fine.
Who tried to prevent.
Fine. Regulate them then. You have to pay the same taxes as every hotel in America.
Airbnb strongly condemns this week's attack on the U.S. Capitol.
Good for you guys. You guys are so
They said it in a
Airbnb, who
statement.
owns 0 pieces of property and has the biggest and is the most profitable hotel chain, just like Uber, who doesn't own a single vehicle and yet has the highest fucking income coming in, just like all of these other companies that are now just developing apps to take money from us and being go-betweens. Those guys are going to condemn. You don't fucking own anything, motherfucker. Like, you, how fucking, dude, honest to Christ, if somebody dropped the bomb on San Francisco, I'd be like, huh?
Oh, come on.
That's a shame.
Come on.
That's a
There's a lot of
fucking
good
shame.
people there.
Yeah,
dude.
okay, get the fuck out. Move
They're
if you're
they
good.
are.
Yeah, they're all leaving.
They are.
Except for the fucking billionaires in their fucking ivory towers
No, they got-
who
they're
fucking
the only
know
ones who can
what
live
all
there.
of us should be doing.
AT&T said its PAC won't contribute to Republican legislators. Employees on our federal PAC board convened in a call today. This is just kind of interesting. Who voted to object to the certification of the Electoral College votes last week?
Comcast would suspend political contributions to those elected officials who voted against certification of Electoral College.
And then Intel's the last one.
And Intel won't fund members of Congress who voted against certification. Did they vote against certification, or did they say, we want all of these voting, we want the votes investigated before we certify? Because for the first time in our history, a swing state, the Senate was lost and the House was lost. I mean, and the White House was lost overnight, after everybody went to sleep by a razor thin margin.
Sleepy Joe. That's why they call him Sleepy Joe.
That's why they get. See, Trump brought this on himself. You call the guy sleepy, he's gonna do the work while you're sleeping, buddy. He's doing the work while you're sleeping. Look,
Sleepy
Donald
Joe
Trump's a
stays up
fucking
all
idiot.
night.
Donald Trump's a fucking idiot. Joe Biden's a fucking idiot. The people that fucking are still buying into Republicans and Democrats are fucking idiots.
Yep.
Stop it.
But I still
Grow
love
up. I love you fine. Just grow up. Somebody's got to tell you you're acting like an asshole.
Yeah.
You're acting like an asshole.
Yeah. I'm here for you, but Dad's right. Dad's right. Yeah, your father's right.
Sex trafficking, drug smuggling, Operation Mockingbird. It's all on his phone. Alleged mob boss killer, tells judge. Now, is he a killer for the mob boss, or did he kill a mob boss?
He's a killer for the mob. Who does this guy remind you of? Like Alex Petrangelo a little bit?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the football player
Like,
that he reminds me of.
Waka. He looks a little bit like
He's
Waka.
got a lot of Michael Waka in him.
He's got a lot of Michael Waka.
Anthony Camello.
Yep. With his attorney, Robert Gottlieb.
Oh, Bobby Gotts.
So this is from Staten Island.
Okay.
Court officers were about to escort alleged mob boss killer Anthony. Yeah, I know what you're saying there. Anthony Camello back to a holding cell at the end of the court conference Friday when his lawyer told the judge the defendant wanted to speak. Ears perked up in the courtroom. Camello was warned anything he said could be used against him. Undeterred, the Eltingville resident, speaking rapidly, launched into a bizarre and rambling 20-second
Of course
monologue
it's bizarre. He's talking about bizarre things that could in no way be true.
in which he said his phone had contained information on human sex trafficking and drug smuggling. Then, in quick succession, Camello referenced Australia, Russia, and Ukraine, as well as Operation Mockingbird, without further details. The latter is an alleged CIA program, large scale in the 1950s.
It's not an alleged.
Yeah,
it's
real.
a proven thing.
I have a lot of it in my phone, said Camello, adding, everything got cleaned out, though.
Naturally.
He said his lawyer would get the
Shut
information
the fuck
if it
up
was
then,
still
pal.
there.
If you don't have, just shut up.
The clean-shaven Camelo, who was neatly garbed in gray suit and open blue duck shirt, then turned to assistant attorney Wanda D'Olivery, one of the prosecutors on the case, and said, "Good luck with all that, Wanda."
Okay.
Oh my God! Camelo addressed the court shortly after he appeared to have undercut the viability of the insanity defense. An interview is scheduled for Monday, although Gottlieb said Camelo has no intention of speaking to any doctors. He's not going to cooperate, said Gottlieb. The defendant's failure to do so would preclude his own psychiatric experts from presenting in the trial. In court papers, Gottlieb contends Camelo, 25, was deluded by conspiracy theories when he allegedly fatally shot Gambino crime family boss Francesco.
Yeah, he killed the mob boss
outside Cali's Dongan Hills home. Camelo is charged with murder and criminal weapon possession. Authorities have not publicly commented on a possible motive, and Camelo gave conflicting accounts during the course of a 3.5-hour interrogation. The videotape of Camelo's interview with a detective was played in the trial. On it, Camelo initially said he slew Cali because Cali threatened to have him killed after he hit his car in the street. Later on, Camelo changed his story, said he had been blackmailed into killing Cali by people who threatened to reveal how he had contracted HIV from a stripper. This guy's got a lot going on.
There.
Camelo also provided a third account saying he had actually gone to the victim's house to spill the beans and warned him that organized crime had ordered a hit on him.
Oh, he's dead as soon as he gets in.
Oh, sure.
He's a
In
dead
court
man.
papers, Gottlieb and Camelo was delusional and didn't intend to kill him. He didn't intend to shoot him in the head. Rather, the defendant drove to the victim's house to do a citizen's arrest on the mob boss.
Oh shit! I like this guy.
Isn't it great?
I fucking like this cat.
Defense.
Hey, look, I was just looking out for the best interest of all of us. I figured I'd just walk in there and cuff the guy and bring him in. I'm just doing something that the feds haven't been able to do for 30 fucking years. Just trying to help.
Sorry.
You don't blame me. I'm just trying to help.
He believed Cali held a significant status in a worldwide criminal cabal bent on the destruction of American values.
He does have a little Tim Tebow vibe to him.
Oh, a little bit. An American way of life. The alleged criminal conspiracy group is commonly referred to as the Deep State. According to the motion, Camelo
Also not. When they fucking say that, I'm gonna stroke out.
It's not a lie.
The Deep State is as real as it gets. It's the reason we can't end the drug war. There's fucking 1 million people employed by the Deep State. The Deep State is the thing that keeps presidents...
It's on the books.
It's the thing that keeps the fucking presidents from saying, hey, I know who killed fucking Kennedy, and I know where the aliens are at. They're like, no, the fuck you don't, bud.
No, you do not.
And, we know that weed's a medicine. No, you don't. You want to know why? Because I can't fucking sell tanks to the fucking... I can't sell tanks, bud. Okay, I can't sell them to the Drug Enforcement Agency if you say that weed's a medicine.
Yeah.
We can't end the drug war because then what would all these Virginia farm boys do for a fucking living? Okay, bud?
You all right back there, buddy?
Why is it that fucking everybody that's got this shit, like, it just goes missing? Anybody that's got information on aliens or fucking anything. It's on my phone. I got it, but it's all lost. You got any more of that?
According to the motion, Camelo planned to handcuff Cali and deliver him to the military. The two men began arguing.
The military is not allowed to arrest citizens.
They started to argue when he got there. So then Camelo shot Cali in self-defense because he was trying to arrest him. When the victim
bet that happens from time to time.
made what he's called a furtive action.
Okay.
With his hand. And that's what the defendant's court filings say. I was trying to arrest him. Guy made a fucking quick move.
I put one in his dome. He made a move. What do you want me to do? Am I going to wait for him to shoot me?
This is kind of an interesting
There are no
case.
fucking rules of engagement here. I got to wait for him to shoot at me?
Yeah,
no, he
no,
reached
I'm
for his
arresting
waistband. I
him.
put one in his fucking brain, bud.
At Friday's conference, Garnett, the judge, had signed a defense subpoena seeking production of federal wiretaps about the wise guys talking about the shooting. I love how they're just like, the wise guys. Yeah, the wise guys who murder people. They murdered a bunch of people. According to the detention memo filed in Brooklyn federal court in an unrelated racketeering case, several high-level Gambino family members met on March 17th to discuss then the unclear circumstances surrounding Callie's death. Gottlieb said there was an indication that the mobsters apparently had gone to Callie's home and were inside before the police arrived. No way, the mob knew something before the cops did?
Huh?
What?
Huh?
That's the best response. I cannot wait to listen to that after the show. That was so good. That was so quick. What?
Okay.
Also on Friday, that raises questions. He said whether the house, the crime scene, and the victim's car or evidence was possibly tampered with.
Like, it's amazing to think. You
Maybe
know,
some evidence was tampered with the mob.
you know how fucking often, like, Whitey Bulger, for instance, right? He is the fucking Boston crime boss, right? Whitey Bulger was also the FBI's lead informant.
The best.
What I'm saying is, Fed boys,
Oh,
is there's
what
no
no?
Fed boys. There's no difference between you and
I
the mob.
respect you.
I don't.
I
I don't.
respect-
I don't
I respect
respect. I don't.
mobsters, too.
I respect mobsters more
Yeah,
than I do.
and
But at
feds.
least they're honest
I
about
think
what they
some
are.
feds really think they're doing what they're doing
Well,
too.
fine.
I love a good.
Fine.
Me, I'm a cinema buff.
Yeah.
So when I see a good movie where it's like this,
Dude.
this federal agent who thinks he's doing good,
Oh.
and then this mobster who's like doing what he does best,
Uh-huh.
and they just got to go against each
Sure.
other. That's good stuff.
Dude, Tombstone, one of my favorite movies of all
One
time.
of the best movies of all
It was a couple years ago. I'm watching it and I'm like, Virgil was a fucking fascist.
Yep.
He was a gun-grabbing authoritarian fascist.
I'm taking all your guns.
Give me your fucking gun. You're not gonna carry your guns around here, dude. You're not gonna carry.
Did it stop? Did it stop?
Own gun. I'm just
I'm saying you can't carry them in Tombstone.
All right, listen. Not bad, dude. The thing is, did it keep the fucking cowboys from carrying guns? No, it didn't work, bud.
No, we learned.
Your
we
fucking
learned
your little
that.
writ that you nailed on the fucking wall.
We learned.
We
though.
learned our lesson and we stopped trying to do that.
Yep, we learned.
We
from it.
realized that
That don't work.
letters don't stop bad guys.
That was 800. That was
A couple hundred years ago. Why is it that all of this shit always goes missing when they say, I got all the answers? They took it
The
from
best part of that is he goes, I got all this on my phone. It's been wiped. As he's walking out, he looks at the attorney. He's like, good luck with all that, Wanda. Way to figure out that fucking jigsaw puzzle.
Good
gal."
job.
And she's like, what do you want? What do you want me to fucking Da Vinci code all that information you just gave me?
I'm not
I'm
going
not
to.
going
I just
to.
got paid by the state.
And he's like, it's on my phone. I looked it up on Reddit. Except now Reddit, you can't look it up. Now having information on your phone might actually mean something.
I think Jason just turned on a printer and it actually registered on my computer, so that's weird.
That's fun.
If I came for every time someone said they had evidence they lost, you'd all be swimming in a sea of spunk. Ooh, squirt. Zzzzzzzzzzzzzzzzzzz.
Alan is back in the mix. It is good to hear Alan's voice. He was considerably louder than us. He is.
It's all right.
I love it.
He likes to
I
grab
think he
people's
should be.
attention.
I think
It's
he
his
should
computer.
be.
It's his fucking deal. It's his
I think
rule.
he should be. So yeah.
We gonna play song today? Hey Jason, you want to come in here and play the guitar and get me all?
You want to play the guitar?
Oh, we can just do an acoustic run. Just do an acoustic run.
Acoustic run.
What song you want to play? It's 9:57. Is the reason I asked. Look, Love and Light, guys. Whatever.
You said it, man. You said a mouthful, man. You said a mouthful, man. Hey, guys, if anyone wants to come see us at Sweetleaf today, I will offer you Jason's hand in job form. How does that sound?
His hand in job form.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
Yeah.
Some
We
call
have a
it.
room
Some
here,
call
you
it.
can get your
Some
med
call it
card.
the hand to the king.
Hand to the king.
We do have a room you can get your med card in.
You want to get your med card?
I spoke
get it.
to some friends. We're potentially doing a sign up event, an event here. And I know that that particular company does $25 renewals. So if you need to renew, it might be the time to do it. We're gonna get all that all figured out there, buddo. Play Kansas City. Craig just come home. I'm going to bed. That was so fucking loud in my office. Well, take it up with Alan. What do you fucking?
That was considerably more loud.
We'll just do that from now on. You can just turn it off because we won't need it anymore. Ooh, that sounded nice. That's a nice E right there. That's a nice E.
So yeah, come up here.
What do you want to play, Paolo?
They saw the commercial. Sweet Leaf and Festus, I would love it to see you today.
Come to Sweet Leaf Emporium and Festus. Buy yourself a glass piece. Maybe get your medical card. Hang out. Come check out the studio. Maybe make some music with us. Go to nativehempextract.com. If you enter code HOSO at checkout, you're going to get a significant discount on everything you put in your cart. It's the best total cannabinoid product that I've ever used. They also have a CBD-CBG mixture. They have high-quality CBD flour. They have Delta-8 gummies. Make it happen. Just make it happen, okay? Let's see who else we got here. Adam Bundren. He likes real estate, but he won't talk to you. You might as well just wait about 15 hours from right now before you decide to talk to him about it, because he's not trying to talk to you about houses when the sun's in the sky. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Wake him up. His wife especially loves it. She's like, oh, my God. Somebody. Another phone call in the middle of the night. How am I ever going to stop climaxing?
Kiss you right now?
God, you're just doing business when nobody else is. Can I kiss your pretty smooth face?
Yeah, he can't grow.
He can't grow. No, he's short.
Like
he's like a porpoise.
Can't grow this.
I can't grow that either.
Yeah, you could.
I don't have the bridge here.
Neither do I.
I don't have much of a bridge here. Well, you know I can grow that.
That's what I'm saying, buddy. You just do that down low.
Yeah, I had a Fu Manchu for a minute. Just,
You can do it.
just go right here. I could. My wife wouldn't be too happy. Ooh, good tune.
Jason, do you want to?
Nah, he's busy. Man's running the business. The Spanish Society Outreach, aka Vibe Tribe, aka Brian Kessler, is constantly raising money for people in need, and we love to be on this journey with them. We use the Spanish Society as a hang for all of our Hoosier parties. We really get to enjoy one another's company and make a little love, man. And I dig everything we're doing. Adam McChesney, what he does is he gets your brand, your organization in front of the people that are going to dig it, right? So Ms. Marketing, check them out for all of your needs. And Bo knows how to grow. Bo knows hydro. He got you set up with your entire plant set up, and buddy, you got some healthy medicine looking there, bud.
Buddy,
and I'm super excited about it.
My corner has made me fucking, and the whole community.
No doubt.
No
doubt.
Bo getting me the whole setup. I went to Bo. He's like, here's the whole setup.
Here's what you need.
Go.
Here's what you need.
And I was like, okay. It's overwhelming, but
Canifest is wrapping up here really soon. One of my favorite people in the world, Future Farmer 81 on Instagram.
She's gonna do it.
She's gonna win the fucking thing.
I'm claiming her for St. Louis too. I know she doesn't really kind of.
She's kind of,
yeah,
but she is. She's this area.
I'm claiming her.
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't care.
I took her in the draft early.
I don't
Sweet
care.
Leaf. There's two locations, Alice and Christine. There's one in Farmington, but the one that we are at is at 1100 Shapiro Drive, Festus, Missouri 63028. You will find us. We were an old car wash building. We are behind the Waffle House. In between Waffle House and Lowe's, you'll see a Hoosier Sophisticate, big old 10-foot banner on the side of the wall. You'll see Sweet Leaf signs all over it. And that's what we're doing, man.
Look
that's
at Ricky
what we're doing.
freaking Starling.
Damn, Ricky. Okay.
Damn, Ricky.
Let's get him a little care package for that one. That was so
Okay.
fucking loud in my office. Okay, whatever. You called down the thunder. Well, now you got it. Yeah,
Thanks for everybody for joining us. We're trying to raise the little vibration. Let's have some fun. Get your freak on. Be unabashedly you.
Yeah, you guys make me
Show fortitude. Birth yourselves a new day.
birth yourselves a new day. Tomorrow we're going to be joined. Yeah. Was it birth?
I feel like.
I don't think it was birth. Yours was resilience.
I'll ask him right now.
It's in the fucking thing. It's in the message. Don't ask him. That's insulting. He's going to think these guys don't even listen to anything I say.
I am, because I was like.
That's what he's going to say. He's going to say, these guys don't even fucking listen to anything I say. They don't even listen.
This is how you handle
He's an hour behind us, Paolo. He's never going to answer that. He's never going to answer that. He's not going to answer, bud. Okay. Well, I was just going to find. Where's it at? Oh, there it is. Here we go. I'll tell you what it is right here.
How long will this ring?
It's going to ring for a hot minute. How's everything going with dadbath.com?
We're up to 100 million users, but we're taken down on the Amazon server
Dadbath?
for incendiary talk.
Well, that's
aggressive.
I was talking to
bathing.
you about that the other day. Like,
Well,
I don't.
guess that'll just do that until the end
Wicked.
of time.
It'll be wicked.
That's what I was trying to do. Something wicked with it.
Okay, the Raga talks hilarious. Let's see what we got
I think
here.
it was birth.
Okay, I believe you. I have no reason to not believe
Why
you.
did you not think of it?
It's probably birth.
Do you have another thing for it?
I just don't know why it would be birth. It seems like a weird word to use. I don't think that's.
I thought it was, but then he explained it, and I was on board.
Oh, God, I don't. I'm horrible that I don't even know what his fucking word is.
Just look up.
He's sitting here. He's making. He's
Did
making.
He put it in the text? I don't think he did. I think he maybe said it.
Yeah, okay. You're probably right. Yeah, you're probably right. He is a voice guy. Okay, whatever. It doesn't matter. Neither here nor there. It's fine.
Yeah, you just don't care about people.
I do.
Do you?
I do. I do. I especially care about Makate. I really like him a lot.
Okay.
Here we go. Here's our vocal extra.
Ave Maria.
You know, you used to wonder why.
You all right? You okay? You have a stroke? You okay? You all right?
I like you on Bob Dylan. Get a little Bob. It ain't no use to sit and wonder why, babe. Even you don't know by now. And it ain't no use to sit and wonder why, babe. It'll never do somehow. When your rooster crows at the break of dawn, look out your window and I'll be gone. You're the reason I'm traveling on. Don't think twice, it's alright. And it ain't no use of turning on your light, babe. The light I never know. And it ain't no use to turning on your light, babe. I'm on the dark side of the road. But I wish there was something you would do or say to try and make me change my mind and stay. We never did too much talking anyway. But don't think twice, it's alright. It ain't no use in calling out my name, gal, like you never done before. And it ain't no use in calling out my name, gal. I can't hear you anymore. I'm a thinking and a wondering, walking where the road. I once loved a woman, a child I'm told. I gave her my heart, but she wanted my soul. But don't think twice, it's alright. So long, honey, babe. I can't tell. Goodbye is too good a word, babe. So I'll just say, fare thee well. I ain't saying you treated me unkind. You could have done better, but hey, I don't mind.
You just kind of wasted my precious time. But don't think twice. It's all cowabunga.